Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and where today we are starting a brand new campaign with some brand new bells and whistles. If you guys haven't noticed already, the chat is especially busy tonight because we have a new bot, and we have Grim Reaper coming in with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Grim. Good to see you, man. Don't you worry. The bot is adding your points automatically now. I don't have to do that manually anymore. However, it is a new system. So if you have points from the old system, just know that as you're added to this list, I'm going to move your points over. You're going to get them. They're coming, I promise.
And if you don't, you can yell at me in the chat and we'll get it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get it. So don't worry. We'll have a lot of fun in the chat tonight.
I'm not giving anyone who has enough to cause chaos. Keeping those out of here.
Chaos could be a good thing. You never know. Those of you who are new here, you can use chaos points to interact with our stream, and it should be easier than ever now to do, thanks to our new bot and some of the new features that it has. Stay tuned for some of those. But for right now, I do want to show off our monk beard oil from our sponsor, Tabletop Beard. I know we just covered this one, but it's very thematic. And if you guys want to try out some of this stuff for yourselves, it smells like lemon and ginger, and you can get it for 20% off on their website. Link is in the description below, and you use code CHAOS20 for your entire order to get 20% off. Definitely check out our friends over at Tabletop Beard. We love them, and they mentioned that they might even start popping in on live streams here again. I hope they do. They've got a lot of points built up, and I would love to transfer those over to our good friends. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our future live streams, and so that you get a couple hundred extra chaos points for yourself. Subscriptions do actually track now. They didn't before. Now they do. It's awesome. Can you tell I'm over the moon about this new bot? I think that's just about everything. So without further ado, it is time.
Beautiful beam footage.
Yes.
Long before the giants disappeared, at a point in history when the mythical creatures of Solem still walked amongst their mortal creations, an island once sailed through the seas. The small, isolated nation of Sojonia journeys swiftly past the continent of Varencourt, atop the shell of Ao, an enormous primeval turtle. Here, in Sojonia's tailward settlement, several brave souls prepare for a rigorous fishing expedition into the treacherous waters churned by the wandering isle itself. Little do they know, this charter will change the course of their lives, as well as the very land they call home. Will they be ready to break the waves, or will they be left in the wake of Ao?
Welcome back, everyone, especially Grim. Grim, I hope you're doing okay, man. Please take care of yourself.
Please keep us updated in the chat, in the Discord.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help or make it easier on you, and get well soon. Memebot, he says, I've been a member for a while, and I've got to say, with the thousands of hours of live play out there on the internet, y'all are my favorite. Oh, we love you too, Memebot. Good to have you, man. And now those points are added automatically. I'm sorry, I keep harping on it. I'm so excited.
Nowadays, is it like this or something?
Oh, is it?
It's like this. My fingers are too long.
All I know is how to do the...
That's what the Utes do?
No, not again, Siri. You better join that lawsuit. Get you $25.
So yeah, I think that's all I got, Sam. If you want to take over.
Okay. Yeah. So we start our campaign here, as you guys saw in the intro, on the back of a giant turtle named Ao.
Ew.
In the settlement that resides on this, the island settlement that resides on this, or island nation that resides on the back of this turtle called Sojonia. And because it's a giant turtle that moves throughout the ocean, I just want to preface this campaign with cardinal directions don't really mean much here. It is very much head, tail, port, and starboard
Knees and toes.
as your north-south west, and east, respectively.
Okay, you're gonna have to.
Well, and I always get that confused, so I'm excited for the opportunity to learn it forever now.
Actually,
So-
don't explain it.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Starboard means left?
Right.
Which
Oh, correct.
No, it means right.
Oh,
Wait, let me draw a map. What?
Port is essentially west, and starboard is essentially east.
But I thought cardinal directions don't mean much.
But I mean, if you're applying
Oh,
that,
just-
if you're applying that to the land,
Starboard?
is the right side or the east side, depending on what you want to go as.
What's up
What
and
if
down?
I'm facing towards the tail?
Head and tail. So headward and tailward is what the
Oh.
people of Sojonia would refer to it as.
north is just wherever
and
you're
then would it
facing.
be above AO and below AO?
Wait, north
if
and
we're
south?
going in 3 dimensions.
The A,
Instead of
the
north,
Y, the
south,
B,
east,
the
west,
Z, the X-axis.
Up down. Yeah, up down still exists.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I missed the beginning of what you called up down in this world.
XIVM,
What's up,
thank you
dog?
so much for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Your points are automatically added. Woo.
So, with that in mind, we begin our journey in the Tailward settlement. There are 3 settlements in Sojonia. The Tailward settlement is called the Surfcaster settlement for the surf that is cast by AO. This campaign takes place centuries, if not millennia, before anything we've seen before in the world. So very rudimentary beings, technology, naming conventions. And in the Surfcaster settlement, the Surfcaster settlement resides on a cliff on the edge of AO, of this island. Atop the cliff is the settlement at large, where the town square, small businesses, the homes of all of the residents there. Everything is very modest and almost run down in nature. The Surfcaster settlement is home to a lot of hardworking people. Down below the cliff is where the base of AO's tail is. And on days where AO is moving quite fast, you can actually see their tail swaying to and from. And people will actually fish off of the tail. So there's some elevators and pulley systems that will bring people up to the top of the cliff.
Man, you got to be crazy to be fishing off the tail.
Well, it is mostly aquatic beings down there for that very reason. Of even some people might jump in to the surf right there at the base of the tail and jump back out. So if you're standing over the edge, you can see some people performing some very dangerous activities. But off to the port side of the cliff is where the docks in Earnest are.
That's the right-hand side.
No. It's the left side.
I thought port.
Port left.
Port left.
Port is
West.
whichever way you're facing.
We're never going to get this
No, it's fine.
I got a map.
I also
I don't know
didn't.
about you fuckers, but I got a map.
I didn't have it for the longest time. Setting this up, I was constantly having to double check myself. But back in the town, Earnest, we find ourselves in an inn of a modest establishment, as most of the businesses within the Surfcaster settlement are, where a Triton acolyte of AO is getting ready for the fishing expedition that would mark the halfway point of their sacred pilgrimage. Caleb, what do we see as this person's getting ready?
Yeah, so you'll see probably kind of digging in and out of a backpack, a slender fish-like lad. He's a Triton man, donned in a dark black cloak. As he kind of shuffles and mills about and packs little rations here and there, you'll notice it moves slightly, and as it billows, you'll basically see like tighter black, dark brown clothing underneath, with a sheathed short sword and a little piece of a longbow peeking out from behind his legs. Yeah, he has a team prepared, and he's getting himself ready to start this journey that he's somewhat been on many times, but not necessarily to this degree.
Yeah, not as the one performing more in a helpful manner before, right? Yeah. So as Kivis gets ready in his room and sets their way down to meet the rest of their crew, Kivis steps outside, and the sharp sting of the salty air reaches their nose as the tumultuous currents behind Ao makes a lot of sea mist in the air, even this high up on the cliff. Kivis, you make your way down to the town square, taking no time at all to make out the first member of your crew as they stand quite commandingly, with a commanding presence, both due to their large stature and to the way that they seem to be keenly aware of everything going on around them. Alex, what do we see?
Beneath the shade of a bamboo hat is a tall green creature. His hands are tucked into the sleeves of his wave-patterned hanfu, and a hook dangles loosely above his head, descending from the tip of a long wooden pole that is strapped to the back of his shell. The silhouette of this turtle looks imposing at first, but as he moves, the frail thinness of his body presses against the outline of his silk attire, revealing an individual more aged than you might have guessed. His eyes, framed by numerous wrinkles, are narrow slits, giving the impression that he's constantly straining to see, yet others might get the impression that he sees more than most, somehow.
Yeah, for everyone at home and no one else, what is a convu? What is
The Nook.
No, but the bag. Hanvu? What you said?
Hanfu. It's like a traditional sort of look. I'll show you the
Okay.
mini there. You guys can see that.
So Alex hand painted the pattern on that. It's insane.
It looks
Insane.
better on camera than it does if you look too close, but
Yeah.
it's like a traditional sort of Eastern robe.
Yeah. Okay. So as Nanook is standing there, ever vigilant, Kivis, you begin to approach, and as you get closer, and the crowds of people between you and Nanook thin, you see a smaller creature standing next to Nanook, one of two small grungs that you have hired for this expedition. And given their proximity to Nanook, you would know this to be Pi, the muscle of the group. Morgan,
Yeah,
who do we see?
I didn't write up a fancy bacount like Alex.
Oh, you didn't have to.
Apologize.
No, you didn't
I
have
like
to.
doing
It's
it.
intimidating when you're playing with your DM.
Should have made
Um,
Alex go last.
I should. Yeah, you should have. So standing like close to Nanook, but kind of like off to the back in like a position that looks very much like he's trying to guard Nanook, is a very small little red grung with little yellow dots all down his body. His skin is super like slick and looks like it would feel very slimy to touch. He's wearing just like very normal black and brown clothing. He has a little grappling hook on his back and a hand crossbow. I think that's what that's called. And he does have a little dart on his side, like a little blowgun dart.
Yeah. So as the three of you begin to meet in the town square and kind of see each other and begin to make your ways together, just before introductions begin, you hear a sound of breaking glass coming from a nearby establishment that draws all of your attention that way. As you look towards a nearby tavern called the Red Herring. And from within, shouts begin to erupt as... Watch it, you drunken fool! If you hadn't passed out here last night, you wouldn't be so confused. Just get out before you break anything else. As out stumbling from the bar is the next crew member, a rugged, hungover Harangon. Dylan, why don't you explain exactly how this person looks?
You see a rather large Harangon compared to how, their typical size. He's very bulky and muscular, with a little bit of a beer gut. And You know, with some not like a crazy amount of jewelry, but you know, some piercings, a couple of gold rings on his freshly bruised knuckles, maybe a little bit of blood on one of the rings, but mostly just dressed in earthy tones, kind of like rugged leathers. Nothing too crazy. He's more so like a vest and you know, kind of like some capri-length leather pants. Just very, very rugged, simple, bulky, half-drunk Harangon.
Yeah. And so as the group kind of exchanges a few pleasantries and maybe makes sure that Bungie is okay for the adventure, Kivas, you would know that the last of your group is waiting down by the docks for you, so you would all make your way down to the port, or the left side of, of the town.
And just for you to know, Grim Reaper did just give us an imbued wood focus.
Okay.
As a common item. So
It wasn't a percent or.
yeah, exactly. We found my first typo. I've already fixed it. So.
Is it the R after?
Yeah, there was an R after that. That was a non-listed variable.
Okay.
But we fixed it.
Okay.
Luckily, I didn't type it wrong twice, so it went into our document the right way.
So you guys make your way down to the docks, with everyone in tow. You make your way to the port side of the cliff, to a small muddy beach where several boats are docked. And it's here that you expect to find your vessel and the final crewmate. As you near the boat that you know to be the one that you have chartered for this venture, the final member, Wart, is nowhere to be seen at first. Then something orange moves quickly along the surface just out the corner of your eye as you near the shore. And what do they see?
So, for quite a bit of time, like say like a minute or so, you see him kind of darting across the surface as if he's like chasing after something.
You hear?
And like just like the top of his head is visible.
He's in deep water.
And all of a sudden he shoots out of the water and kind of does like this acrobatic little flip, lands on the shore, and he has like a 2-foot long catfish in his mouth.
3-point stance.
Yeah. And he lands on the beach. He has a catfish in his mouth. He's another grung. He's orange. He has black little specks going all over his body, so kind of like the inverse of pie. He is wearing like a forest green overalls, no tunic or anything under it, just
Raw dog in life.
Raw dog in life. Typically, he usually has a little straw hanging out of his mouth, but the catfish is gracefully taken that spot. And then he's also just barefoot. He's think real country down home noodling frog.
Oh my god! I love
Hello,
that.
country
I
bum.
have a question. I don't imagine that grung have nipples. So technically, for shirtless, you're not really like showing anything, right?
Can
The
you milk a
overalls are
grung?
covering it no matter what. We're PG over here.
I don't know why I just had that thought. I was like, if it's a grung with like overalls on, like they don't have nipples.
I guess not.
That's just where my brain.
Maybe they
went.
do. You know, I've
You know,
heard.
who's to say?
I've heard.
Who's to say?
But
That's where I was. I appreciate it.
so yeah, he lands on the surface, the shore. He has the catfish in his mouth, and off to the side you see like all his like gear that he set aside while he was
Ooh.
noodling.
Young Pie, you may have a friend here.
Not all grung are friends. We've went over this.
I thought perhaps someone your own size might be fun to play with.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah. So you've all met here. I don't know if you want to have any kind of official introductions with each other.
Kivas will kind of approach and, all right, everyone, get together. Let's start meeting each other finally and formally and get on the ship, learn our ways, learn what we're going to be doing, and then, let's make this pilgrimage a successful one.
As you say. And, have you come prepared?
Oh, Kivas does not leave not being prepared.
That's good. You know, there's some pretty big fish out there.
I know. Caught one.
I see that.
Is it still in your mouth?
Yeah.
With your bare hands, no less.
Bare mouth, but yeah.
It's quite impressive. I usually need to use this. And he flicks the hook above his head as it sort of wobbles to and fro, almost like a carrot on a stick in front of
I
him.
instantly just.
Oh, you like shiny things, do you?
Wart, get it together. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, boss. Hey, everyone. I'm Wart. Nice to meet you all. I caught dinner.
That's good. That's good. You know, you teach a man to fish, he may drain the whole pond. You teach a sage to fish, and he will leave a few behind. He will take only what he needs.
I don't know what spices have to do with it, but okay.
I'm sure it will taste good all the same.
Can confirm.
Confirm.
It's at this time that someone on the ship will begin to climb down and start grunting and kind of muttering to himself. He's got something tucked under his arm as he's climbing down the ropes on the side of the ship. There's an old, opposite of young, an old sun-bleached Triton stands before you. You must be the crew that's chartering my vessel here. Yeah.
Yes, that would be us.
Okay, thank you. I've got a lot of other ships to get to. Here's the paperwork that you know, this lists everything that you know you're allowed to break, so to speak, on the ship. Please don't break it if you can help it, but covered in the charter.
Allowed to, nonetheless.
Yes, and then the pieces that are supposed to be undamaged in their current condition, and I'll send this to you guys, the list that he gives you. But it lists that the ship has a couple harpoons, some rope, some netting, some extra netting to repair any of the netting that you may use, a day's ration for 5 for each of you, and then the hull is listed as in good condition, rudders are worn, the firing mechanisms are good, anchor is worn, and the helm is used condition, and he expects them all to be back in the same condition. You gather no kind of checks necessary. You all have lived here and likely chartered ships before. These conditions are fairly arbitrary on the ship. Basically, just return it in the same condition that you took it.
We'll see. No.
Yeah, we'll see. As he says, okay, this is the ship. Feel free to push off. Just have it back by sundown. And, you know, we can go over everything else whenever you get back. I've got to get to the next ship, unless you got any questions.
No, all good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're poisoned.
Doesn't he have to make a check?
It's a con save.
Yeah, it's a con save.
Like DC 10 or something.
I don't even remember.
Well,
It is 12.
Okay, well, he's poisoned.
It's just for 1 minute.
Okay, he's like, oh.
Oh, sorry.
Kinda wipes his hand on his pants and
Yeah, I
he's
try to wipe the slime off of my hand too. I'm like, you want to try it again?
He's like, no.
Okay.
As he's stretching his hand out like he can't feel his fingers.
I'll walk over and slap him on the back and be like, oh, they got you. Don't you know anything about grungs?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not.
Well, he touched his clothes.
Not to worry, it'll wear off in a minute or so.
Yeah, I know. I've just never come across any of your kind that have this potent.
What do you mean, your kind?
Racist.
I don't. The little frog people. I don't know what
I know,
you.
we
Little
tend to
frog people.
We tend to stay in the water. I know.
I've told you, you need to be careful about what you're touching and who. And you should be wary as well. This man is no enemy of ours. I would not wish to see him ill.
I didn't mean to hurt him.
I'm not hurt. I appreciate the concern. I will be going now.
While this is all going on, Bungie just takes a big, 3 big gulps out of this red, tankard or water skin on his back.
All right.
Let's get this party started.
Okay.
All right. Con save. You good?
Yep.
You just see Nanook kind of put his head into his hands.
Davis mumbles to himself. These are my aces, aren't they?
Yeah, you did it. You did assemble the best of the best that you've worked with in the past.
I like to think of myself as more of a jack.
I thought your name was Wart.
Oh, you're right.
And with that, as you take the paperwork, and I'm assuming Kivas would take the paperwork as you flip through it, you actually find a small, not necessarily a manual, but like a specs sheet for a ship of this type, which I am also sending to all of you. And now you have ship stats.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Hate that.
Literally.
With Bungie being your ship expert in particular, he did have these stats ahead of you all here today.
Well, that's your pleasure. Please take us safely across the waves.
Boy, I'll do my best.
Let's get anyone who would like to, if no one else, then Bungie, an investigation check
Of what?
of the ship.
Oh, I would like to investigate it.
Okay.
Can I help him, or just like on my own? Just
Yeah, you can give him advantage.
Yeah, I'll
by
do
helping
that.
him,
and
and
follow behind you and look around.
you would use your investigation and add your proficiency because you're proficient in water ships.
I was about to say, because
Yeah.
I'm -1.
Oh no.
Also, Alex, I messaged
So
you,
you
but
get to
I
roll with
think
advantage too because you're being
your
helped.
character
Okay.
probably has immunity to my poison because I've given you a lot of high fives.
That's true.
You said my proficiency.
You get to add your proficiency and whatever your +2 investigation. So, yeah.
That was such a gentle roll.
You gotta roll him hard. You gotta show him who's boss.
Yeah.
We have a 13 in chat.
Jeez. What's this for? This is just for the condition.
You're just kind of looking over the ship, investigating to see. You
I'm
know.
still half drunk, so it's a 6
Yeah.
or a 5.
Well,
5.
So
A 6 on the die with advantage?
Well, no, it was a 4 and a 1.
Yeah.
I have a 2 proficiency.
Damn.
on mine.
Yeah.
I asked, please. So apparently I have to be more assertive with these dice.
do better.
Sorry. Be better.
Yeah. So you'll notice a few obvious modifications.
20?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
You'll notice a few obvious modifications that have been made to the ship. Specifically that there are 3 harpoons and 1 net gun on this particular ship, as they can be outfitted with any number of those items. There's the helm, the anchor, and there are 2 extra rudder-like mechanisms on either side of the ship, kind of flanking the helm, the main steering.
Better.
With such a low investigation, you notice that they're there. You can see them. They're in plain sight, but you don't quite understand exactly what they might be for.
The rudders?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is, like, from the dock is that?
It's like right up on shore. I said docks, and there are some traditional docks, but it's mostly just kind of like a muddy beach because this is the back of the turtle, right? So a lot of the sediment would kind of collect here. So it's not really a sandy beach. It's kind of more like a mucky and dirty, nasty beach. And because of that, the ground's soft. So the ship is kind of
I see,
beached
okay.
slightly.
As I'm like,
you're talking about.
as I'm investigating the ship, I'm just kind of like taking it in and like rubbing my hand along the railings, and I'm like, after a certain point, I just give it a slap, and I'm like, ain't she a beaut?
Oh, she's quite the pretty one. I think she'll take us well across the waters.
Yeah.
Keep us dry where we need to be.
Oh, she'll handle these seas well.
Well, she better. That's what I paid for.
Sure is a one-legged duck swims in a circle.
All right. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Where did you
Like
see
this guy.
Where did you see a duck with one leg?
And why'd you let it keep swimming in a circle?
It looked content.
I think it was. Okay.
I think most creatures would be looking content if they were swimming in a circle against their will.
I think he may have been dizzy.
You think it was against his will?
I think his name was Will.
Will the duck.
Oh no.
As this conversation goes on, the sun begins to rise higher, and you might gather that you should push off soon.
You push off.
You're exhausted. No, I'm joking.
You're level 1 now.
I was like, I don't want to kill him. What can I do instead? I was thinking about it.
I pushed off the dead button. No, yeah. So with that, yeah, you're ready to push off. There's the helm. There are, like I said, there's 2 other rudders and 2 other like steering mechanisms on either side of the standard helm, which you would reasonably gather would steer those extra rudders. I don't know who's steering, who's taking on the role of driving ship.
I would like to get.
Y'all like drunk
crow's
drivers?
nest.
Oh.
No. I don't mind trying to drive it.
I'm
Okay.
afraid my
I would like to
skills
get
may
the
be
crow's
better
nest.
put to use elsewhere.
What did you say?
In the crow's nest, if there
Okay,
is one.
yeah. Like freaking Keith off of Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, God.
Just hopped up there thinking about Will.
No,
Not much of a navigator,
Maybe.
Thinking about Will.
but I'll fix whatever you got.
Maybe you should keep track of stock downstairs of our. No. The rations.
I am pretty hungry.
He gets to
Catfish wasn't enough.
You're the one that we're helping, right?
Yeah.
You can come help me drive the boat.
No, I'm going to the crow's nest. You're not going up there. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
He's poisonous. He can overtake you.
You can.
Spitting his food.
Oh, but he's boss.
Daddy?
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Why don't
Daddy?
you
Sorry.
go help Pi drive and you guys can get acquainted with each other? Maybe y'all are cousins or
Oh,
something.
I'm driving.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Yeah, Wart can help Pi.
Come on, Wart, let's do it. High
Got
five.
it.
No rules.
Not a single one.
And you're
both poison.
Bungie,
Yeah.
Bungie, why don't you go bungee into a bed and take a nap? Maybe?
You just hear War go,
Right.
"Ah!" He slap her.
Much better. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we know where most of them are.
Yep.
Nanook.
I think Nanook would either.
I think you would probably be helping me navigate, huh?
Yeah, I guess if the helm's near the back of the ship, I'll sit sort of looking over the back towards Ao as we're kind of sailing out. Maybe even take my fishing rod out and cast a line.
No, you're in charge of supper and watching these two, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a terrible cook.
Hired me.
Catch it. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
not saying anything.
You acting like you're not trusting me.
No. I wouldn't have hired you.
I'm just you
The best
sending me some
people
mixed
I
signals.
know for this job.
He has a crush on you.
I mean,
Let's grow
inconvenient relationship.
alluring.
While this is all going on, you hear Bungie. You hear some like kind of boxes and things clanging like under, I guess, in the storage of the ship, and a couple of bottles clanking. And Bungie's
Where
like,
does all the rum go?
Bungie's like, all right, y'all shove off. Time to hit the hay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That
good
sounds
night.
great. Yeah.
And I'll take your whiskey and rum, and I'll go to bed.
No alcohol on the boat.
Too late.
He brought his own.
This is a pilgrimage.
Okay. So as we set off, I will have Pi make a survival check with advantage because Wart is helping you.
Dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20.
That's pretty damn good.
Good.
You see a little bit of a smile go across Nanook's face as he's standing near the back of the ship, seeing you pilot well.
Okay. You know these seas.
Ah, hell.
You know these seas very well. With a dirty 20, not only are you able to navigate the currents close to the shore to kind of get you guys out into the quote unquote open sea as the currents are being pushed or trying to push the ship in multiple different directions. You're able to almost kind of ride the currents through the seas, despite not being able to really see over the helm yourself, which may be helping
just
you.
Standing
as you're
on the
just
wheel
kind
with
of
my hand,
feeling-
my hands and feet on the wheel, and I'm just like, whee!
Yeah.
Grow up so fast.
You also know for this specific fishing expedition, you're after something large. You're after something worthy of Ao's appetite, as this is to be fed to Ao afterwards.
Like a larger catfish.
Like lettuce.
like a much larger catfish.
So you know that while the outer currents of the wake are the most dangerous because they tend to pull the hardest to keep things in the wake, as most things are trapped within this wake, making it prime fishing real estate. That's also likely where some of the strongest and biggest creatures would be. So you kind of navigate out towards the outer edge of the wake. And as you all begin to drive out, Nanook fishing, kind of riding the seas very calmly, taking your grung watching duties rather laxly.
I would say, like, well, as he's like pulling the reel back, you might see him turn his gaze to look at whatever he has baited on his hook. But I think, in fact, he's using that opportunity to kind of like check everyone real quick, make sure everybody's good, and then cast it back out.
Yeah, and as you're checking, you may hear some snoring from down below. You may hear some worried mumblings of Kivas up top at the crow's nest.
Definitely here.
I would say I've probably wandered away from the helm at this point.
Okay, where would Wart be?
I'm walking all over the ship.
Okay, just all on the deck, just kind of all over.
Just aimlessly.
Yeah, so as you guys go, you're maybe sailing for an hour or two when Pi, you would probably feel this first. As your hands and foot on the steering wheel, kind of riding the currents, you feel a sharp jolt
Oh shit!
to one side, and then the other side. As you're almost thrown off the helm, as you have to then stand off and grab it with your two hands and have your feet firmly planted.
A suction cup to the board of the ship.
Yeah, as Nanook, you see a large wave crash into the side of the ship, disrupting your fishing. Wart, you're nearly thrown off your balance as you're just kind of aimlessly walking across the ship. Bungie, you're awoken from your slumber underneath as a box nearly falls on top of you. And
Never cast further than you're willing to swim.
And Kivas is you're nearly thrown over the edge of the crow's nest as this wave crashes to the side of the ship. And you're probably best able to see Ao is pulling further from you faster than the ship is moving and faster than it was before, right? The Ao is a moving island, so you expect it to be moving a little bit further away, but it seems to have picked up speed. And with that, the currents begin to swirl and tumble in a very rough manner, as I need everyone to make... give me...
Survival?
Nope.
Initiative?
Initiative. Thank you. I almost said investigation. I'm like, that's not it. It's the other IN one.
Have some dice especially for this campaign. It's like the weird porcelain set from
Oh, wait.
Disco.
Oh, I know. I want to use my gold ones, but I still need to ink them.
I'm using my island.
Nice.
Good thing I have advantage on that.
Wait.
My God.
I'm looking
Oh,
to
and
see
it's
if I
cocked.
do. No, I don't.
We'll take that.
Oh my god, I'm so...
While we have a moment, Defiant Chaos said, for chaos, and also XP. Yeah, I'm a goblin for XP. Have fun, peeps. Don't die. Maybe this time I'll be able to give a magic item to be used. We'll see. Defiant Chaos, thank you so much for being here, man. I hope you're having a good time, and I'm so happy that all these points are getting added and doing their thing automatically. Just so you are aware and chat is aware, I mentioned it in chat, but there was some confusion at the start. We did turn off items specifically for this session. They may be on later, but for right now, Chaos is still on, and all the dice rolls are still on. So plenty of ways still to help us out and keep us from dying, which is it's always a possibility.
The items will not be off entirely for the session. They're just on an isolated island nation, so magic items are very hard to come across currently.
Got it.
We don't have an itemic telemeter.
No.
As opposed
Well said. Nice. I
I had to think really hard about
may or
that
may not
one.
have intentionally made that item hard to pronounce.
It's very hard to say.
So, Pi, what'd you roll?
18.
18. Bungie.
14.
Okay. Give us
a 10.
Oh, 10.
10.
Ort.
15.
15. And Nanook.
16.
Nice. 14,
Okay.
15, 16, 18, 10.
10. Hey, so with an 18, first
Get
up
wrecked.
we have
Almost got thrown
Pi.
off the.
Yeah.
So,
So I am driving the boat, so
yes.
do I get like a boat turn or no?
No.
Okay.
I get it.
I'm glad because that is always harder than anything.
So, Pi, I need you to make me a deck save as the ship lurches and you're almost thrown off the wheel.
I have advantage on decks.
Yeah. And you would have had advantage anyway because you were on the helm.
Oh.
And you are allowed to make it as a strength save if you would like instead, because you're at the helm as well.
I would like that.
Okay.
But I don't have advantage on
Yeah.
strength, but I have Would you allow me to re-roll, or do I have to keep the rolls I just rolled?
I thought you'd re-roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Do believe we have chat rolls too.
should have just kept what I rolled.
We don't have the chat.
Yeah,
rolls.
we do. So if I'm doing, I'm gonna have to take it.
There's a 5 in there now too.
Oh, strength. I'll take the +5, so then that'll be 14.
Thank you, Ira.
Okay. So as you are almost thrown off the wheel, you're spun around and you are thrown off the wheel, but you land right at the base of it, and you
Okay.
are prone on the ground right
Okay.
now. So what do you do as everything in the ship kind of begins to lurch to the side and start to fall over, and you see all of your friends losing their balance?
So I do have a like grappling hook. Would you allow me to try to like use it as like an anchor almost?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how deep the water is here, but
There is an anchor on the ship as well.
okay. I would like to try to drop the anchor. and
Okay.
See if that would like stabilize it at all.
Is it on the port or starboard side?
Yeah.
We'll say starboard.
And is that the side it's tipping
That's the right
towards?
side.
Yeah. It's
Yes, that is the
tipping
side
that
it is
way.
tipping towards.
Port good for something.
Port and left.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would try to drop the anchor and just see if that would help. I don't know if I as Morgan, know nothing about this, so I don't, but I think Pi would know if that was a good idea.
So I will say, based on the ship stats that I shared, if you drop the anchor, the ship speed will be dropped to 0.
Yeah, yeah.
And the currents are currently trying to push the ship around. So
Okay, so I shouldn't do that.
do with that information.
I
with
shouldn't do that.
Time.
I'm looking at the ship stuff.
you. Yeah, no.
I don't really know.
So you're
What
still
I
at the
would
helm.
do.
You're at the helm. You've just been thrown from it as the helm's spinning wildly.
So
You're
then
on
can
the
I
ground.
just like man the helm again, like stand up and grab the wheel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
would
what
like
I'll
to do that?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Utilize the ship.
Give me another strength check.
Okay. 24.
So as you're thrown from the helm, you rocket to the ground, you look up for the anchor, you see it's on the side that the ship is tipping for, and you realize that might not be a great idea. As you spin your attention back to the wheel, as it's spinning, you kind of put a shoulder underneath the wheel to stop it from spinning and muscle it back into place. As the ship begins to right itself back, as we bring ourselves to Nanook, I need you to make a...
Who's the person before we do that? Who's the person manning the other helm?
No one else. There's one helm and there's 2 other rudder steering mechanisms.
Okay.
No one else is on those other 2
Okay.
right now.
Was there anybody nearby them?
No, and I will say,
It was just Pi steering.
Wart might be near one of them. He was kind of aimlessly walking around the ship. We don't have a direct. I was going to kind of allow him to be front or back, side to side, based on wherever he said he was going to be.
Okay.
You would notice I give you free because you're asking about those. Those are spinning wildly, just like the main helm, even though the main helm has been stabilized.
All right.
But I need you to make a con save as you look around and the ship is rocking back and forth.
Got it. Sorry, I was debating if I wanted to swap initiatives with somebody because I do have alert. Ooh. This could be the first.
Do you want to switch initiatives? Because that would change what you're... Okay.
I don't.
What I'm making you say.
If somebody was already at one of the wheels, I was going to swap with them, but nobody is. I think this is going to be the first chat roll that gets taken.
Oh, no. Morgan took one.
I took one already.
Oh, I missed that.
I took a 5 earlier.
What do we have? Because I
11,
didn't...
12, 13.
11, 12, 13. I'm going to take the 13 for a total of 15 just to make sure I pass.
Here, Alex,
Brett.
I'll
Yeah.
give you the link.
So, as the ship is lurching back and forth so unexpectedly, you feel your breakfast begin to lurch in your stomach. But you close your eyes and you calm yourself down, and you manage to keep that motion sickness and subsequent poison condition down. Maybe because living with a grung yourself, you're so accustomed to this sickening feeling that's trying to take hold of you.
And I think as Nanook kind of recenters himself, you see a focus in his eyes. The kind eyes that you saw before have all but vanished, and his sort of peaceful smile is gone as well as he turns and assesses the two spinning wheels that control the extra rudders. Are they both spinning in the same direction?
They're kind of like spinning
Wildly?
and spinning back and forth. They're very random in their
Okay.
movements and not identical to each other.
I can tell you what I would like to do, and you can tell me if it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I, as Nanook, would like to run up to one of them, the closest one, and if the other one is within 10 feet, roughly, I would like to use my fishing rod to try and snag the other one and hold it steady as well.
I'll allow it. I'll make you roll 2 checks for it, though, because
Okay, that makes sense.
unless you would like to roll 1 check and use it for both, I will say the DCs are different.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 separate.
2 separate ones. Okay. So let's roll for the first one as you run up to that one to stabilize it. Give me an athletic. Are you trying to like muscle it, or are you trying to like to stop it? That's what you're trying to do with the rudder.
I would definitely say I'm trying to steer against whatever force is pushing against it so that the ship stabilizes.
Okay, then give me an athletics check.
Okay. So good at these. So good at these. So good at these.
Like every time you say that, it's a bad roll.
4.
Yeah, so as you brace yourself against this rudder, it snaps under you, and you have the handle in your hand as the pole that the rudder was on starts spinning.
Oh.
I'll still allow you to make the other check on the other rudder with your fishing pole if you'd like.
He takes a moment looking at the bit of wheel that's left in his hand, like fishing without bait, and he turns and throws the reel towards the other wheel.
And I'll say another athletics check because I don't think with a fishing pole you'd have enough dexterity to try to do anything other than just stop it.
Yeah. Natural 20.
There you go. So learning your mistakes, and contrary to what I just said, as the fishing pole wraps around the rudder, you pull it at first to kind of stabilize it, but then very quickly, as you hear the wood begin to crack, you release and kind of what's the word? You kind of kite the rudder into place, kind of loose, sparingly fighting the current.
Got it.
Try to get it to stop it spinning as Pi was able to keep the ship from falling, but has now accidentally almost turned the ship into a spin in the opposite direction. Your other rudder is starting to fight that as it begins to course correct in a more straight direction.
You all see the rod that he's using to stop this, like bending almost at 90 degrees as he's reeling back on it. And there is another wheel right next to him that's still spinning wildly. he's standing next to it. Well,
So these
holding one of
ancillary rudders are more of like, think of like a trolling motor on a boat. They're kind of like just like little handles.
yeah.
So there's a stick. You rip the handle off of that one, but the stick is just spinning at your feet.
My dad's trolling motor was doing the other
Oh
day.
God.
As we move to Wart, the ship has been spinning back and forth. You've been tumbling across the floor of the ship. As it finally rights itself, you stand up and your vision is all over the place. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, great.
I love these start of turn effects. They're very flavorful, Sam.
Thank you.
Well, I don't.
14.
A 14 is exactly what you needed because Nanook stopped the ship from spinning. So as the ship is right,
welcome.
rid itself. Yeah, you clap your hands on the side of your face, and your vision kind of begins to coalesce into a more finite view. What do you do now that you kind of see the situation as the ship is veering more straight, but the current is still a big danger to the ship as you're venturing out into the wind.
Danger.
So, like, we're getting farther away from shore.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the currents now are very tumultuous. They're quite dangerous, and the ship you see ahead of you, currents and waves crashing in all different directions.
We have to find the sweet spot in the currents.
Yeah.
All right, boss. I hear that. I'll run right to the back where the rudders are to help kind of steer the ship more into those currents to like align better, so we can maybe
Okay.
faster.
I'll say a nature or a survival check.
Oof.
I'm assuming we're in like the open ocean.
Yeah. There are rocks and things in the table here. Those are largely to make pretty.
It's not just a blue.
13 survival.
13 survival.
Never mind.
Okay. So, you're calling out the waves to Pi and Nanook in the back, as I would imagine maybe you're standing on Pi or Nanook's shoulders
Saying like,
to try to see
the port.
where they need to
Wave
go.
starboard.
Yeah,
Doing it backwards.
You're calling out currents, and you are helping them a little bit. Nanook, you feel a few weird pulls against the rudder, almost like Wart's not quite the best at calling them out, but it's better than nothing. And
You're doing great.
As we move to
Just that.
Yeah.
Bungie, you step up onto the deck of the ship from underneath. You begin to kind of gain your bearings. You don't know what's happening as the ship's starting to navigate quite well, actually, through the sea. I lost my place, but you begin to feel it lurch in an quite unnatural manner from what you're seeing out on the landscape. Hard for you to tell whether it's your drunken state or not, so I need a nature check from you.
Tell it.
It'll work.
Well,
Yeah. Talking bad to that one.
Made it
didn't
nervous.
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Just for
Human
humor.
nature.
Yeah.
Whenever you say this
Nope.
is
I'm taking a roll.
an island, so like I'm picturing
Here.
kind of like
what we got?
it. Obviously, if there's a city, quote unquote, on it, it can't be like lion turtle from Avatar size. Are we talking like?
There's actually like 3 different settlements on the back of this giant turtle.
Yeah, but are we talking giant like lion turtle? Or are we talking giant like
Days to
size of
travel
like
across.
Hawaii? Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Multiple days.
Yeah.
Like from head to tail, probably.
Or a
Not quite a week, but close to.
Barely.
Damn. Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm
it's
not great
it's
with these.
quite massive.
Yeah.
Now, at this time in the world, you'd be like, yeah, cool, giant turtle.
Oh, right. Yeah. I just Caleb needed a like
Yeah.
grasp of its size completely.
Yeah, much like the intro kind of depicted, like there are still like giants in general
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of
Like, fruit.
are not really necessarily commonplace, but
I forgot.
not
Yeah.
a legend or
Yeah.
or like they yeah.
It's rare to see one, but like
But if you
Most
saw it,
people
you wouldn't be
have.
like, what the hell
I
is that?
just
You'd be like,
put it on
oh,
mine, I just-
wow.
I took a 12 from the chat for an 11.
Or an 11.
Yeah.
So as the boat begins to lurch forward towards the bow, you kind of like catch your gut as it's a little unstable, and ready yourself as the ship is still kind of tilted forward. What do you do?
I kind of surveil like my surroundings. And then as I'm like kind of looking towards
Missed an O.
towards the nook, the broken stick of the rudder.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my eye, and bloody hell, what's going on here? And I kind of run up and I start immediately repairing it.
Okay, yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check. I'll say you can add your. Ooh, are you proficient? You're proficient in the tools, right? For this, the carpenter's tools are. I forget what. Do you have any?
I forgot what we did.
I know you're proficient in ship.
Yeah, I'm a sailor, proficient in water vehicles and
Drinking.
And drinking.
Booze.
Wait, we had it right here. I forgot how to.
Oh my gosh, I'm so. Hey.
Just trade.
We'll say make the sleight of hand check with your proficiency added for the
It's
ship
stress
proficiency.
Okay. Wait, sleight of hand, you said?
Yep.
Okay, that's not a negative.
And add your
Yeah.
proficiency on top of that.
I
You
was
know how
just
some dogs are like
poison people when I touch
allergic.
18.
18. Yeah, you quickly pull out a couple like a hammer and some nails, and everyone's like, "What are you gonna do? You can just like fix this right now." And in like 2 quick swings, you put 2 nails into the handle, and you're able to man it and control it next to Nanook without any issues. As the ship kind of begins to right itself, still it's still pointed forward. As we bring ourselves to Kivis, who is in the crow's nest, and as you right yourself in the crow's nest,
Swaying.
you begin to you look back to everyone who's kind of at the helm and everything, and you see what Bungie failed to see: a giant, near tsunami-like wave approaching the ship from behind as it's beginning to lurch the ship forward.
Guess
Yeah,
who's
well,
not
bung
gonna
it,
get
dude.
exhausted?
Make a charisma saving throw as you begin to sweat profusely.
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
Oh no! I know.
What
Are
do
you like
ha-
anti-riz?
Yeah, I told him to handle the riz. Well, that's 19. Yeah, we'll say that. 18.
Okay, yeah. So with an 18, you are able to stave off the fear that this wave brings. Your heart. What do you do?
Do I think with how fast? Well, I'll call down and let everybody know that there's a tsunami coming.
Johnny Tsunami.
Is it? Wait, so it's pushing.
Was that a-
It has
Pushing
begun.
us
It's
away
it
from
has
AO?
begun. It has begun. Yeah. Well, the back of the ship. Yes, it has begun to
I love those.
turn the ship as you are riding up the back of the wave currently.
10.
Brace yourselves! And then, I guess just hold tight.
And then he braces.
I don't know.
Is that the lyric that's in?
Okay, you're telling everyone to brace themselves. That's your turn.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Great turn.
how high
Great
is
turn,
the
guy.
How high is the
Is the wave?
no the crow's nest?
You would be able to see over the top of the wave. I'll say that from where you are.
You
It's-
high.
I said
Right,
tsunami-like
I guess I'm-
to
okay.
to
I guess I'm asking because like
Emphasize the danger.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
the crow's nest is at least or around 30 feet in the air. I'm not gonna have time to get down and also take like a ship action or anything.
Unless you jump.
I mean, tell me what you would like to do, and I can tell
I'll
you if
catch
it's
you.
possible or not.
Jump! I'll catch
'Cause we're
you,
not really in
boss.
true initiative right now. This is
Yeah.
kind of like
I
yeah. So some things are allowed. What are you trying to do?
You in the most danger because you're like that high up and it's like prone to like.
Spoken like a true shipman.
I promise to catch you if you jump.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, you
should
said
it, like,
you wanted to get down. So like, what would you have wanted to do?
No, I'm just saying like I don't know another action to take
Okay.
that would be beneficial in this scenario.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you can do things outside of the ship action. Like you're not beholden to that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Give me a performance check as you yell down to everyone.
15.
So everyone hears you and sees where you're looking and is able to look back. I will give everyone a chance to react to the wave as a result of Kivis's leadership of his crew
Great leadership.
with a 15, which was
I am going
the DC I had
to.
set by like 3.
I'm going to take my grappling hook and like wrap it around the column where the steering wheel is and like tie myself to it.
Gotcha. Treasure Planet style. Like
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing, but where the crow's nest is.
So like at the base of the crow's nest, you're
Yeah.
gonna kind of put yourself there.
Mm,
Okay.
tied.
With some rope. The ship does have rope, so that's easy enough to find and pick up if you want to use that.
I imagine that Nanook has a bit of spare line, which is really just thin braided rope. He takes some of that out and begins tying it around. And he actually goes into his shell and pulls the rope in with him. And so he's basically just a turtle shell latched onto the railing.
A la Mario Kart. Got it. Like it.
Do we think this wave is going to flip the vessel? Because I may tie myself upside down prior to. Just
I would say
how
you are very familiar with this. You do not think that it's going to flip the vessel. You do think it might damage the vessel, or throw you from the ship. Like those are the two dangers that could be happening, but
I'll
not
tie myself
flipping.
normally then.
Okay. Bungee.
Well, it seems like they've occupied all of the good tying themselves to the ship spots.
How
There's railings.
Get
There's
tied
railings everywhere.
next to me.
You come tie next to me.
Yeah, come snuggle up, bunny.
how far are we
All right.
from?
Well,
Or bungee.
I would say you were traveling for a few hours, so probably a good few miles from AO. Yeah.
okay, never mind then. All right, yeah. I run up after fixing the rudder. I run up and grab some like loose rope and tie myself to the railing near the crow's nest.
Not in the front like Titanic.
I was actually at first. I was
It's
kind of
like
thinking
a
of just like
flying.
flexing and like
Just standing.
like bring it.
Okay, yeah. Everyone
I
make
myself
a
off.
deck save with advantage because you had more you had warning from
So if I already had advantage, does that mean I get to roll 3 dice?
no. Sorry.
Cool. It's worth a shot.
Oh wait, I have something.
22.
22.
Yeah, 22.
I'm rolling as well.
Yeah, deck save.
With advantage.
With advantage because
Actually good at these.
Yeah. Are you though? hard to catch your stance when you're in your shell, I see.
Oh. Well, I guess, do you want me to just take it? Because I have disadvantage on dex saves while I'm withdrawn.
I mean, yeah, sure, you can just take it. We'll remember for next
Yeah.
time. This is
I mean, it's bad anyway.
This is a low consequence situation.
It's 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll just wait until you say it, because I can do lucky footwork when I fail dex.
So what'd you get?
7. Wait. It was a dex save.
Yeah.
9.
Okay. 9. So you two do fail.
Yeah.
All right.
Weren't totally enough for the turtle.
Oh wait, 12 still fails.
Yeah, 12 still fails.
Eh,
Yeah.
Tried.
But you with your lucky footwork, you got a 12.
Wait, that was a reaction I just used, huh? Like to time myself? That was a
No.
reaction?
No.
Okay, then yeah, because lucky footwork's a reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Lucky footwork, I rolled a 3.
So you get a 12.
Put me to 12.
Okay. You're lucky you both tied. So,
Glad I didn't go.
in this situation,
Just
your line snaps
Yeah.
as this rockets, and you fly into Bungie and knock him off of the railing as you both tumble towards the front of the ship.
You hear from inside this shell.
Oh crikey!
As
You
Bungie,
hit me in the stomach.
your lucky footwork helps you to stabilize yourself as you are sliding towards the front of this ship, and you catch the front of the ship with your feet and stand up and grab Nanook behind you, and are quite literally just standing straight up on the front of the ship as it's tipped forward before it rocks back down as the wave continues through it.
Ooh.
And you're on your back holding Nanook like
Is there any
nearly
way I
scared
could
sober.
Grab like loose rope that I saw that may have been tied around his waist from it, as he's like hurtling past.
They were rocking past the ship. I'll say you were tied too close to the crow's nest as the ship falls back down into the ocean. I don't know who's gonna want to keep track of the ship's health.
I got it. I have
got
a
it?
notebook right here.
It has taken 40 damage from that.
Ah!
Because everyone was concerned about themselves and no one was concerned about
How
the ship.
much
during that.
damage can the ship take?
What did it say?
I'm more of a freshwater fisherman myself.
Wait, how much life does it?
120. Are we taking the average?
It has 120 hit points.
Well,
So I could take 3 of those.
I guess I could go for a swim.
It's like 40.
Yeah.
As you all begin to collect yourself, as the currents, while still fairly tumultuous, you are far enough from AO now, as they've kind of calmed a little bit more down, and you begin to look to each other, make sure everyone's okay. Maybe fix your fishing line, where you fix a hook to the end now. Double check everything that might have been damaged during the ship. I'll say now might be a good time to go to break.
Okay. We'll be back in about 10. Don't go nowhere. See you guys in a minute. Bye!
Bye. Can you put lotion on my bag?
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, XIVM, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Drazadi, Ira Wing, Memebot 69,000, Dutin 103, Devin Beard, Zevak Longfang, Lil Tired, Jason Miller, Defiant Chaos, Wilfreda Figueroa, Ruby Rod, Sam Huffpower, Daniel Struve, Agile Monk, Moon Goose McQueen, Jude Eshett, J.O. Hearn, Blade Roller, Mr. Geaton, Grow, Liminal Entity, Scarlet, Quainton, Omtus, Big Bad RPG, Lost Kutku, HD Siles, Frank Flood, Jason 96, Nicholas G, JJ Sasquatch, Daniel J. Colby, Sukin, Fables D20, David I. Smalley, Julian Grunwald Innocent, Casey, Kaiser That's Me, Tom Lapierre, Roe Medina, Mega King Leo, Fajar M, Patfoot, Piconjo, J. Wicked, Matthew Baker, Rusty Pat, CSM Second, Mike G, Chris Jones, Bard Hero, Chaotic Neutral, Rayan Harif, Bakil Askamrim, Bartholomew, 6D6, Kyle Hamilton, Vex YYC, Aldo Graciano, and Will. Tiago Silva, Amadeus, Asmodeus, Matt Lee, Cortius, Cocodemons, Sam H, Dirtinus, Dradaman, Soultron 42, Shapeshifter Bot, Jerry Williamson, Squiddy, Brother Oblivion, The Rulwan Portal, Call Me Bob, Centrotech PC, Chris James, Noilus, Princess Zemoy, Guy B, Conseil, Warren Lundy, Boomstick, The Hylian Prophet, Max T, Misfit, Monster's Mother, Malice, Christopher Denault, Kathy Evans, Lil Cute Maple, Middle-Aged Malcontent, Buzz STA, Rice in Soup, Michi Kapua, Joseph Pratt, Adam Otterlife, Havoc, Harry Dong, Curtis Ellis, Majority of One, ML, Andres de Barbara, Jason Rapper, Cool Things, Aaron Barogan, Nick, The Azure Sky, Bacon and Vodka, DM Greg, Crusher 99, Big Head Bro, O4C, Luke Anzelotti, Kitchen Knives, South Park Beefcake, Killer Kitty, Sarah W, D1 Commentator, Rowan Rat, David Cron, Misk Disc, William Frey, Big Gunner, Morgan Feemster, Kevin Hyatt, I'm So Lost, Alicia F, John Washburn, Max P, Francis Yoon, Lions, Jed, Joshua Cato, Samuel Mwangi, Pavel Castillo, Joshua Hammond, Shutterbot, Johann Hassler, Dracula Tepesh, Ikari, Maxwell Hartman, Arthur Vincent, Thomas Emich, Leader Skyrim, Aaron B, Butterknife, Almighty Zeus, Aaron Bratton, Killer 7 Gamer, Nell Inter, Damon Moore, Fellow Nerd, Creep Steep, Trash Boat, D. Kamara, Carmine Graves, HGJ Han, Taylor Waterman, Corbin Dallas, Mysterious Observer, Charlie Gardner, Andrew Brown, Odd the Bard, Tom Lithgow, Bilgewater Scum, Amazon Cheesecake, Chuck, Jacob Flores, Magpie from Mars, State of the State, Is It OP, The Eldritch Knight, William Mihalkin, Eggfruit, Xander F, A Series of Mysterious Runes, Nick Wood, Electric Werecat, Darth Melkor, A Joyous Goose, Lisa, Salisbury Swain, Kubishock, Blue X Dalek, Ashical, Maximiano Magliati, Tiago Livas, Blaster, Edward Heller, Jackson Harad, Dravian Gugera, and Daniel Fire.
You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Greetings, viewers. Bramble Backfoot hopping by to let you know about our monthly homebrew packets issued to all those brave enough to join the ranks of our prestigious order. With a plethora of items, monsters, mechanics, and more, it's easier than ever to bring chaos home to your table. So become a member and let's fight the forces of evil together.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next stream, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Drazad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high-quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beer today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, welcome as we rejoin our adventurers, as they've just narrowly escaped an abrupt speed up by AO that caused the currents to turn wildly.
Yo.
As you all begin to gather yourselves and look over.
Wow, we disappeared.
All right.
No, you're good.
I hit the wrong button.
Sorry, magical difficulties.
As you all begin to gather yourselves and look over the sea beyond, you see that you've actually made it beyond Ao's tail, as just off of the edge of the ship you see this deep shadow of the tail sweeping across the ocean. As you turn your gaze back ahead, knowing that this means you are near the edge of the wake, the place that you were trying to get to, where the most dangerous and largest fish and sea beasts tend to reside.
What I like to call dinner.
I like to call dinner.
Do y'all think AO poops?
We were talking about that in
Like I've been
chat
thinking
earlier.
the whole time that
We
this
were
tail's
ta-
moving.
Did you see it in chat earlier?
No.
We were
You-
talking
you
about
see
what
that
happens when he
long
poops.
snake?
Does it turn into more?
That's what these rocks are.
Lots of poop.
Yeah.
That's how coral reefs are
I
formed.
believe that's how small islands are made. Very fertile ground.
Is that where corn comes from?
As you ponder these thoughts,
Whale fall.
who's steering the ship? Pi, is that are you
Yeah,
still steering the ship?
I'm tied to it now.
Okay. And are you still in the crow's nest, Kivis?
Yeah, I'd still be trying to find our catch.
Okay. So with that specific comment, then I won't even ask what everyone else is doing. I need you to give me a perception or investigation check.
Kivis?
Yeah, Kivis. Sorry.
22.
Ooh. Okay.
I had to think about that.
I thought it was bad at first. That was not bad. That was very good. So as you begin to scan, investigation or perception? Perception. As you begin to kind of scan the sea at large, you're not looking in any kind of one direction. You're looking all over for anything. You might catch the shadow of Ao's tail every now and again as it swings back and forth in its large sweeping pattern. And eventually, you don't see anything, but you do hear and
Robo Raggy.
off of the the bow of the ship. The front.
That's the word you haven't given us yet.
The bow's the front.
I thought it was a
Off of the head of the ship.
Is the aft the back?
I believe so.
It is.
Tail. It's the tail.
The tails, the island directions is head, tail, port, starboard. Ship directions are bow, aft, port, starboard.
You need another map.
But
Let
did I know what the sound is?
Give me either history or a nature check.
Yeah,
I'll let
I
you
was-
choose, but tell me which.
Can I give him advantage?
Yeah, maybe you call it out to him.
That's what I was
so
about to say. If
that
I
he can
heard it, I'll be
hear
like,
a
"Hey!"
little better. Yeah. I'll give
That's
you
my
advantage.
talent. I can call. I'm really good at seeing and hollering.
Recreating sounds that you hear.
You just go. "Arr!" You
It's like a parrot.
I'm gonna take another chat roll.
Okay.
Thank you, chat.
No. What?
Oh,
I'm gonna take the 18 just because I feel like this could be
We
important.
just got it.
For an 18.
Bacon and vodka.
Oh, okay. Nature or history?
We'll say nature. I think would be
Okay.
more apt for.
So you definitely recognize this noise at first, and as you're kind of going through the different creatures you know and that you've come across in your very long and storied life
Hey,
that
bacon and
you've
vodka.
lived, you realize it's actually something from recent history. As you're kind of going through everything, and you realize that this is something that plagues the docks, particularly when AO is moving slower, as they can make their way to shore easier. This is a wharfling that you hear out in distance. You know them to be small to medium-sized creatures.
And based on the sound, do I feel like that's like far away from the ship?
So as you focus on the sound with that same 18, even though it's not a perception, but with the 22 that Kivis got earlier, able to point out exactly kind of where that sound is coming from. As you look out and kind of strain your eyes, you do see splashing that is inconsistent with the wave patterns.
Oh, and they're they're maybe
They're kind of splashing up on the top of the water. Again, you know these creatures to be a little bit usually closer to shore. You gather even with the 18, that nature check specifically, that this might have been washed out with the sudden movement
wave
that AO just made.
Wolflings, dead ahead or behind. I get confused.
Do I know what those are?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I would say that you Wart and Nanook would definitely know what these are. They're like hairless dogs with webbed feet. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe
Are
a little
they-
bit bigger than dogs,
are
like
they-
somewhere between like a bear and a
Cousin.
dog size. A bear, yeah, bear and a dog size.
If you've ever seen from like 2002 the Montauk Monster, that picture of that dog on the beach that
Yes.
was all decayed, that.
Okay. Do I know if they typically are aggressive creatures?
They're scavengers
Okay.
first and foremost.
Where
So maybe more of a nuisance than aggressive.
do we know where they are? Can I see them?
Yeah, they would be. I have it in my notes. They would be roughly 500 feet in front of the ship.
Oh.
That's a lot of feet.
Like in the water?
Yes. They're
swim?
amphibious creatures.
Okay.
Web feet. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Got a
I
thing for webs.
am gonna prepare. I have a crossbow. I can shoot them, but range is 320, and that's a disadvantage, right?
Yeah, if it's after the slash, it's
Yeah.
disadvantage.
So yeah, I mean, I guess hold if we get within like range of them and they start to try to attack us, I'll be holding a crossbow action.
So being the one steering, are you steering towards this creature?
Oh. But, I mean, where else is there? It's just the open ocean.
It's open, and where the ship is pointed is kind of if you imagine the wake of Ao in kind of like a semicircle
Okay.
with the tail sweeping through it. You guys are just after the point of the tail, kind of facing the edge of the semicircle right now.
Where are they in relation to where we're going?
They're in front of you,
So
500 feet in front of you.
since we know that they're scavengers, do you think I can like run to the bow of the ship and kind of hop on the front and just like yell, but more like "Suey"?
To try to scare it off.
Try to scare them off,
Yeah,
like
give me a performance check. Give me a performance check.
While he's doing that, I'll keep it straight ahead for now.
At the wharf.
Yeah.
19.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. You made the call at first, and you don't see any change, so you do it again, and as you do, the wind kind of blows behind you and carries your voice out to sea, and you hear it kind of reverberate off of the open ocean. And you hear the barking stop for a second, and you're like, I did it! As you catch some more churning in the water out that way. As you're steering...
I'm turning away.
Well, as you're steering towards this, you're about 450 feet out now.
Turn around like, I solved the problem, guys. Don't worry.
As this huge creature summits from the water, tentacles first, you see them flail out of the top of the
Not
water.
Nessie.
I think you
As a large beaked squid pops up and crushes the wharfling, dragging it underwater.
so good
You
thing.
catch its eye as it meets yours, Wart, as you've just signaled to it where you are.
As they're all like freaking out,
Yeah.
Bungie's gonna take a swig from his back flask and just kind of like clap his hands together.
His back liquor.
I'll turn around and try to play it off. I'm like, aren't you glad you hired an expert like me? We got rid of those wharflings.
And Kivus, you see this creature, the shadow of this creature swimming closer and closer to the ship. It gets
I want to try
400,
to turn
300.
away.
Okay.
I like the back and forth.
No, that's fair.
What? Dude, turn.
And as
every-
and as you begin to turn the ship, the creature crests just 120 feet off of the side of the ship. I need everyone to roll initiative.
So while it was 400,
Oh,
That's
boy.
more like it.
while it
Been
was
itching for a good
450 feet away, every 6 seconds I want to start firing my longbow at it until it gets to where it's at now. How much
It is
damage did
underwater.
I
So
do?
you can do that. It is swimming underwater at you guys.
Oh, yeah, I can. That's fine.
Hey.
Now that there's a bit of a lull, Bacon and Vodka, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Good to see you, friend. Happy to have you here for a brand new campaign.
15.
I can zoom out.
Well, I didn't want it hidden behind the coral right there.
What's your dexterity?
That's a big squid.
It's a big squid.
Dex.
Okay. Pie, what'd you get?
16.
16. Bungie?
15.
You got a 14 for all intents and purposes.
He rolled.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Yeah, but if Ford got a 14, I got a 15.
What's your bonus, Kiffis?
Mine's +3. His is +2.
Okay. You got a 13.
Mm. Because someone else got.
Oh.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
A 16.
Wait. And then Kiffis, you got 15?
15.
Okay.
Well, what's y'all dex?
What's your dex?
+3.
Okay, then he is ahead of me.
We'll give you a 17. That'll make things easier for me. Okay. Because you're all bunching up around
Yeah.
15.
I'm not.
What are you?
You
10?
kid.
22!
Whoa.
There we go. Okay, now I know you have a fun, fancy thing with your
You can
swapping
swap,
initiatives. I
yeah.
don't know if you want to or not.
I actually don't in this
Okay.
case.
Swap it with me.
That's perfectly fine. I
Swip,
just wanted to
swap.
ask
Yeah, you're at the end right
before I
now.
click the start button on this initiative. Okay.
Finish by the time it gets.
Look how cool that paint job is, y'all.
It looks really
It
cool.
looks like wet. It's cool.
He's shiny.
He's shiny.
Shiny squid. I like painting shiny stuff because you get to lick it
Oh.
after you paint it.
Yeah, it tastes good.
So,
Yeah.
at the start of the initiative is normally the ship would do whatever you have set up during the turn. Because you had said you wanted to turn the ship, we've turned it.
Okay.
We'll say that's what starts the
Okay.
initiative. But just for reference, whoever, if anyone, you don't have to, but if whoever would steer the ship or dictate what the ship does,
So I could
turn.
harpoon it on my turn, or
Yeah,
would that
so-
be on its own turn?
so on your turn you can use the utilize action on any of those things there. One of them is the helm to set the steering. There is also, so you can use your action to we'll say this for everyone in chat too. You can use your action to utilize the ship, which allows you to either fire the harpoon, deploy the fishing net, repair the fishing net, man the helm, or deploy/retrieve the anchor.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can set the helm, which is basically like kind of set it on a steering path and then leave it. As the rudder is fairly stiff in this far out in the currents, it's not really wavering too much. You are able to kind of set it and forget it. But if the ship
Okay.
were to take any damage or anything, then it moves in a random direction.
Okay, can
The
we
rudder's
say that I
not
set
stuck.
the helm at the beginning?
Yeah, we'll say that it is currently set in this direction until
Okay.
it takes damage. So, with all of that out of the way,
So to shoot the harpoon, that would be like my full action.
Yep.
Mm,
you're using the utilize action specifically to utilize the ship.
okay.
And you do not have to take the averages there. You can actually roll the damage if you would like.
Okay.
That is just there because I made it as a monster sheet.
Yeah.
Can we try to catch this giant fish?
You want to try to catch it.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm hungry.
Because you're on a
for
voyage to
ale.
catch a big fish for ale.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to.
Oh, so we could shoot out the net.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I will say it's large
Ew.
enough. You would know this. The harpoon will not make it unusable.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to, like, tear it to pieces. Okay. So, first up is Nanook.
Nanook is making a run straight to the nearest harpoon.
Okay. So, we'll say there are two in the front. We'll say there's a net gun, a harpoon gun, a harpoon gun, and a harpoon gun.
Three
Yeah, I'm running to
harpoons,
the
one
nearest
net.
harpoon guns. That
Yeah.
would be.
So this
Sorry, I
one-
can't quite reach.
Your mini is so
Yeah.
much bigger than my little guy.
He's tall.
Bigger than most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nanook is out there. Okay.
Nanook places his rod back on the back of his shell as it slips into the leather holster. He then grabs either side of the. Yep. Yeah, I know.
I have no idea what is happening.
Also, did forget to
okay.
mention before you take your turn,
Mhm.
each square is 10 feet. It is 120
Okay.
feet away.
And what's the range on the harpoon?
60 to 90.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my action when it gets close.
Okay. To fire the harpoon at it
Yeah, I'll
in the disadvantage range or the normal range?
say the normal range.
Okay.
Best to bait your hook well, and to cast it into the water without
He grabs either side of the harpoon and just sort of trains his eyes.
You're tracking this giant squid as fittingly it is its turn. It is another thing that rolled like a 16, but it has more than so it. As it's gonna move, if someone would help me out, it's gonna move.
It's gonna pass.
80 feet closer, so each square is 10 feet, so 8
Oh, wow.
squares closer.
Were you holding an action, Alex?
Whenever it gets close enough.
Just got in range.
Yeah, he did just get within
20
range.
feet away now.
Like Cuba Gooding Jr. in Pearl Harbor.
So is it Dex roll?
No. So you would fire
Ranged
at
weapon
it.
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, so-
+4 to hit.
Oh, it
Use
has
the
it in
ship
there.
stats. Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry.
Okay, so just how far do you want it from the ship right now?
Like 20.
It moved 80 feet. The harpoon's not going to stop its movement. So
Can I use my steady aim feature as a bonus action to give me advantage? Or
yeah,
have
I'll
given
say
me
yeah,
advantage?
I'll say that you can do that.
As I'm like kind of
Yeah.
anticipating its movements.
Can I propose an alternative name for the ship?
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jeff. All right, guys. Just
It's
type
spelled
Jeff if you want it.
Geoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
Fancy Jeff. Pinky out, Jeff. Got it.
Geoff, as some might say.
Sam, does a
Geoff.
21 hit?
A 21 definitly hits the
Good.
squid. Actually, no, he's wearing leather armor. Funny.
Oh, dang it. Damn, it's leather armor squid. As he sees the squid's surface, he's going to track forward just a little bit, and as he fires the harpoon, I imagine it actually sails out on sort of a curved trajectory as it connects with it.
Yeah.
His casting experience coming into play here.
Yeah, I just rewatched The Avengers, so I feel like it's Hawkeye when he's training his bow and then he
Yep.
moves it off to the side and shoots.
How much damage am I rolling?
So on the ship stats, it tells you for the harpoon 3d8 plus 4.
Sorry, I'll pull up the ship stats.
No, you're
I
good.
promise.
R8.
Also, I
Tells
get
more to buy me time. to
2d6
find
for a sneak attack, I believe.
it. Yeah, you're using a weapon of the ship. I'll give that to you.
Well, actually, it does have to be a finesse weapon. Would that work? I guess it's
Attack.
finesse or ranged. I think
It's
the-
ranged, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a ranged weapon attack. Yeah, you're making a ranged weapon attack.
So 15 from the weapon's normal damage, and then
Piercing.
snake eyes for my sneak attack.
No.
So
Ooh,
2.
you rolled 2 the same, so you get to roll again.
No, that's not how it works. This is not chromatic
Are
orb.
you sure?
Chromatic sneak attack.
Yeah, chromatic. So what was the total damage?
Would have been 17.
17 damage
Monopoly
to this
rolls.
thing. As you pierce it through its side, it is now hooked to the harpoon gun. There's a line going to it. You can read the stats to see exactly what
I will.
it does.
I will do that.
And then it's hooked by the harpoon gun, but as it's still its turn, it is within range of the ship. It is going to make a melee attack roll against the ship. Stats with its tentacle as it reaches out with its tentacle to slap the side of the ship. That is a nat 20.
Lame.
Oof.
For
Silvery barbs! No. Damn it.
this is the real reason why I ran a low magic campaign.
Yeah, we know.
Can I use?
Wouldn't be able to brace the ship, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask if
Can I use
could,
a
like,
lucky to impose disadvantage?
You'd be able to.
It's not attacking you first, so no.
It says, oh yeah, fair enough. I am the ship.
And to
Plaster yourself as closely as you can.
and two, you would have to use that before you know what it rolls.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Just as our friendly reminder. What were you gonna ask a
I
question?
was going to ask if I could try to, like, dodge since I'm driving, but I don't know how that works.
Yeah. So, I do believe you have a reaction.
There's also brace ship. Too.
So you can brace the
As a-
ship.
Yeah, as
a reaction. You did not technically use the utilize action but you're steering. So I would have said that going into this, you were utilizing the helm right now. So you can use the brace reaction.
Moon Goose McQueen says you might not want to bother naming the ship.
So,
Okay, so-
bracing the ship for everyone in chat lets you expend your own hit dice to reduce the damage that's incoming.
Okay.
by whatever you roll. You can expend any number of hit dice, but you are expending them so that you don't have them anymore.
Okay.
So you're basically trying to steer the
I'm
ship
not
to kind
doing
of
that
brace
just
it.
yet.
You're not? Okay.
Mm.
So the ship is going to take another... I roll...
Was it that 20?
It was a nat 20, but I'm remembering...
That
26
don't count.
plus 6... 33 damage. And I do believe that brings us over the halfway point, so now the ship's speed is...
Halved?
Oh, double.
Yeah, it goes faster.
It's
No.
aerodynamic.
It gets scared, so it just
It just knocked off some of the like bulky
So the
like
holes
speed
made
of
it
the ship,
aerodynamic.
fight or
Halved?
flight applies to objects.
No,
too.
so I'm sorry.
Dude, absolutely.
Because the ship is currently...
We're at 47.
I forgot what I did. Forget about the whole half thing.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna figure it out in a little bit.
No. It's
I'm
because of its
seeing it.
mode of power, it doesn't matter. Anyway, if it was a different mode of power, its speed would be reduced. But because it's using the current, it has nothing to do with the ship's condition.
Cool.
How fast it can move.
Woohoo. So it's at 40.
So it currently, yeah. And so now it is. That's all it can do on its turn because it's not close enough to bite anything. So next up, it is Wart, and Pi, you're on deck.
Warp.
I'm gonna. You said there was 2 harpoons on the side, right?
There's a net, and then 2 harpoons on this side.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 that he just used, and a net here.
Okay.
Don't let the 8 harpoons fool you.
Yeah. There's really only
Yeah.
3.
I'll run over to the net. It's within range of the fishing net.
Yeah. It's 20 feet off the front, so.
And then I will. I'll deploy it. I'll fire it off. I'll try to capture the squid inside.
Okay,
Of it.
so that is a dex save from it, if I'm
Save is
not
15,
mistaken.
yeah.
DC 15.
You have a net. Justin, do you have a net ball?
So this. That makes the save with a 19.
Okay. What'd you drop?
I dropped a dice.
I imagine as you fire the net, it ducks out of the way, and as it's swimming through the water, you see the harpoon that's in it bending the railing, and Nanook is sort of backing up, like, oh.
Yeah. So on a success, they dodge net. On a fail save, the target is.
I'm just-
Okay. Yep. So they dodge the netting as the netting plops into the water. And you can use your bonus action to retract the net if you would like, or you can leave it just in the water.
Yeah, well, you have to retract it to be able to repair it.
It's not. It doesn't need to be repaired. It is not.
Oh,
it is
okay,
not
okay,
damaged.
okay.
We'll
right
have to
now.
retract it in order to fire it again.
Yeah, so you can use your
Will you
bonus
catch
action.
any like small fish?
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to retract it, and then when it's coming up, do I see any other fish in there?
Yeah, I'll say there's a couple little fish in there. Yeah.
Dinner.
He has a stringer of fish on his side.
Literally.
I just pop a few of my overalls.
They're all gonna be poisoned
I'll say you
for the rest
get,
of us.
You get 1 fish.
It's a big one. I can feel it,
It's one fish that ate all the other fish.
Yeah.
You would have gotten.
and I'm going.
It's the 1 fish that the squid did not eat. Out
There's
here.
always a bigger fish.
So, Pi, it is your
sir.
turn. Kivus, you're on deck.
Seeing that he just retracted the net, I'm probably gonna go do the same thing. So I might go up to the net and shoot it again.
Okay.
Can you make it that far?
Yeah, can you make it to the front of the ship?
Let me see how much movement I have. I didn't think about that.
When I strike the creature with the harpoon, does it stay in or does it?
No, I cannot make
It
it.
is staying in.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
cannot
you can
make that.
You can
so
retract it to pull it closer.
I was asking in case she wanted to like retract it. I didn't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
that necessarily worked.
I cannot make it there. So what I'm gonna do instead is shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay.
And it does have the slow property, so it will. It already has like a lot less movement speed, but this would.
For sure.
Oh no! I'm gonna take a chat roll.
Yeah. Come on, chat. Thank you, chat.
That is gonna be a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That definitely hits. It's a squishy squid.
Okay, so then
Squish.
As its eye is peering at all of you on the edge of the ship, reeling wildly as the harpoon is stuck just above the eyeball.
8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. So I know it's like super. It's essentially like
It also
5 or 10 feet right now.
run poison.
So
Yeah.
and I
Leap onto
It's,
it.
It's piercing. You can do 2d4. As part of the attack, you can put your poison on the arrow.
what gives me that?
It's a guard feature.
Yeah, it's
Oh, the poisonous
yeah, it's
skin.
part of our.
You can basically touch the arrow before
I
you
see.
fire it.
Like a
Yeah.
bonus
Rub it on
action?
No, I can just.
No, it's as part.
they have
part
to
of the
make a
attack.
Constitution save then.
Con save?
Yeah.
That's crazy good.
It's
It's cocked.
No, I think it fails. Con. Yeah, it definitely fails. It's an 8.
Yeah. Then he'll take 2d4 poison, which is 7. So he'll take 7 points of poison.
Nice roll on the poison.
Definitely.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Thanks. I
Nice.
forgot about that.
Yeah, as it sinks in and it seems unbothered by it at first, but then as the arrow kind of sits, it kind of starts to shake as that poison starts to take hold in it as it feels some bothersome just prick in its head.
Yeah. I'm gonna go swimming after this.
a lot of bonuses. You draw back.
Kivus, it is you.
We should-
Or is there anything else?
No, I was gonna say we should get us a bucket for the frogs to,
To sit.
to sit in.
Kivus, it is your go. Bungie, you're on deck.
Assuming it has a swim speed, right?
It does have a swim speed.
Well, but its speed is like greatly reduced right
yeah,
now.
no, that.
Okay.
I have this thing called Emissary of the Sea, so I can communicate simple ideas with anything that has a swim speed.
See.
And it doesn't take an action, so I'll communicate the very simple idea of submit to it, just to do it.
Okay, is there any kind of check for that, or is that
no.
just okay?
It's literally just it's like messaging, like you just
Okay.
communicate.
It hears you say submit.
Yeah.
You get anything back from it?
No, I can't understand it.
Please.
Yeah.
Please, please submit,
I'm a
mister.
bonus.
Can you
Oh, wait.
please? Harpoon, wee hurts.
Don't do it again, please.
Open the net.
I'll bonus action Hunter's Market. And
You're still in the crow's nest, correct?
I'll be concentrating. Yeah.
It has a thing?
Yeah, there's one in there.
Yeah, and I'm concentrating.
Oh.
What is the nest?
Hunter's mark. It just has a hex,
That's
maybe?
the wrong person.
Nope, there's a hunter's mark in
There's
there.
not.
Mm. I've used it before.
Nah, I just found it.
Oh no.
No.
It says Hunter's Mark on it.
Yeah, but it goes on.
And concentration.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody turns the gift.
Everybody was kung fu.
Yeah, everybody touch the ring.
Okay.
I really
and
like the
then-
shape of this squid. It holds the condition rings really well.
It does.
How many can we stack?
Yeah. Mini game.
Okay.
I believe it is technically grappled by this ship right
I
now.
got a couple of those from Gen Con for like a quarter each.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to find
a
excuse
21
to use
hit?
them last time.
21 definitely hits.
Perfect.
You actually could reverse those numbers and it would still hit.
Good to know. Good to know.
You see up top, he'll
Dang,
Which-
we're really close to
point his finger at the squid.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought it was, but it wasn't. Yeah, no. Okay.
I'll pull out my longbow and
For everyone at home, based on what Alex said, we are, I don't know if I communicated this to you guys, but we are running if you double their AC, you crit rule.
I do like that rule.
oh
If
yeah.
it goes well in this campaign, maybe I'll adopt it to the
And
others.
we're flanking, right?
And flanking is in this campaign as well.
Yeah, I don't do flanking in mine, but thank you. It's good for me.
I wanted to bring back some more
Alex, not to
features
chat.
like that since this is a
Thank you.
martial-heavy campaign.
Terrifying.
She's lying. That was the chat.
No.
We love you, chat.
So it's gonna take 10 damage altogether,
Still in chat? 'Cause it could
With-
go
Could be the bread.
one of that being
I haven't seen
force
it.
damage.
Okay. So it's going to take all 10 of that.
Unless he's lurking. Oh, look, he is. Look, he said Ayo.
There he is.
There's
You're
Brett.
firing your
Speaking of the
crossbow at
devil.
it?
Longbow. Yeah.
Longbow at it. Yeah, so as you rear back and steady your aim as this thing is, its eyeballs rearing from the harpoon that just hit it, the net that it just dodged, the arrow that's stuck in its head, you take a moment to you take advantage of its confusion and land a shot directly. I don't know. Does it have 2 eyes between its eye?
It does have 2 eyes.
Between its eyes, yeah. They're on the side of its head, so I can't tell in the picture.
Next,
Next,
actually, exactly where you're supposed to strike if you want to kill a squid.
In the eyes?
Well, like it's like in that area, you like chop it, it'll like kill
Why,
the whole.
why do you know this?
Like an alligator.
I've seen it on Instagram before.
Ow.
It must be real.
Oh, yeah.
oh, it wasn't real.
It wasn't real.
Is that it for you?
And then, is it how high is the?
We'll say 30 feet.
I'll use my 30 feet of movement to climb all the way down.
Okay.
You don't want to
After I
jump?
just put that there.
I almost did that when we put the
Nice.
ship out earlier, but I didn't know if it would be
Oh, it's your
confusing.
back.
Oh, that was good.
Excellent shot.
Okay.
Y'all have been doing great down here. Don't worry. Great.
You saw what I caught?
Oh, dinner.
If you hold the fish all day, does it poison it for the rest of them?
We'll see.
There's only one way to find out. Yeah.
See when they eat
We,
it.
poison the fish and then feed it to
It's
Ale.
currently in my overalls, so
Okay.
it's definitely direct contact. with
direct
skin.
contact with the skin. Oh, it's in. I see.
It's in the
it's
overalls.
in the overalls.
Pockets.
A weird
Is it
flavor.
wiggling around in there?
Next up, Bungie. What are you doing?
So this squid isn't like a
And Nanook, you're on deck.
Got it.
squid's not like a Pokemon, right? Like we can totally kill it and
Yeah.
then catch it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You would know this for sure.
Okay, where's the? I know y'all pointed out before. Where's the harpoon? at?
So currently
I know Alex
there's
is-
2 harpoons on this side. There's one here, and then there's the
That's
net
what we're
by.
using.
Brett said that Tentacle Mini is very sus. What kind of campaign is this? I said, it doesn't look quite as phallic in person. on screen, it's a little
It
more.
does look a little phallic.
more suggestive.
Definitely it's got a curve to it.
They call that a lilt.
Leave our squid with its ring alone.
The squid ring.
Not the squid ring. The cod ring.
Oh no!
Okay, I'm shutting it down.
Bungie, quick! What are you doing? No.
You have 30 seconds. Go.
Man, and there's no way for me to turn one of these that way. It has to be on this side to shoot it because I can't do anything.
I'll say with this back one, you could potentially angle it. I will give you disadvantage on the shot though. But
I
you
was gonna
could
say, it's
angle
either
it
that
out.
or like I'm like jumping off the ship at this thing. That's my 2 options.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I will. You said this one?
Yeah.
Can I make it?
If
Yeah, you can definitely make
I'll
it there.
jump.
Yeah.
Is it?
All good.
Wait, is it that one?
It's
that one. Yeah.
Y'all were joking about me jumping down. I should have. Bonus action cast jump on myself.
You hunter's marked. Is that bonus
No.
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn it, and I'm going to fire a harpoon at its eye.
Okay.
Between the eyes.
Right in the eye.
Right in the eye.
Hell
You
yeah.
still roll with disadvantage. I like the flavor though. And it's gonna be a +4 to hit.
And this is the.
Ship, harpoon.
It's the first action under actions. Yeah.
So it was a while back, but thanks to Defiant Chaos for another $10. He said, "Do the like and subscribe thing, otherwise I'll use my artificer abilities to DC your interwebs like the true DC I am." Thank you, Defiant Chaos. The stream's still running, so I'm guessing other people listen to that.
I won't get anything from the water vehicles, correct? Because this is a harpoon.
You do get to add your
You do
proficiency
get
to
to
that,
add
so
your
it's actually gonna be a
proficiency.
+6 to hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Never
Oh,
make that
two
sound.
19s. Me either. I was like,
I've been rolling in the single digits all night, except during break, and then I was rolling like nothing but good. Okay, it is plus my proficiency, so 19, but 25.
That's a crit, my good sir. After we just suspended the rules.
Yeah, boy.
you just roll your damage dice.
3d8, you can double the dice or roll 6d8. It's up to you. And then you're gonna add +6 to that because you are proficient in ship.
You want to roll 6 or do you want to double it?
I'm gonna just double it.
Okay.
So I have 3 sets of favorite dice.
Yeah, that's
my
fair.
pretty
That's
dice.
fair. One's trying to run away.
Made it there.
Whoa! All 7.
Oh,
gosh!
Jackpot.
Won the lottery.
Double crit.
No.
So
that
40.
You leveled
up? 42 plus 6.
Time skip
Because
already.
I'm Skip.
It's plus 4,
48?
but yeah, 48 damage to the squid.
Holy
As Bungie, you're no stranger to ships in general, despite typically being on land and working on ships in this life. In a past life, you were no stranger to ship combat and the stressors that there are, and so you thought of using this gun on the other side when most others didn't think it would work. Your ingenuity pays off as you swivel the harpoon gun around and just barely get it to its eye as you pull the trigger back, and this harpoon sails just past the side of Nanook's head and into the eye of this for 40. What was it?
8.
48
Oh, yeah.
damage.
84.
As this squid,
100.
one eye with a harpoon in it, is flailing wildly. It is looking quite rough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
As we move to Nanook's turn.
Come up, Nanook.
I'm gonna seeing the
And
second
Mort, you're on deck.
harpoon attached. I am going to bonus action
Mort.
try and reel the harpoon on this gun back in. Is
Okay.
it going to reel the creature in with it, or is it going to separate and allow me to shoot it again?
So whenever you retract the harpoon, you can retract it. It will just pull it out of the fish, out of it, and allow you to shoot it again. Yeah.
Yeah, as I feel like there's a tension, and then as it springs back,
Yeah,
it
there's a
shoots
pop.
over my shoulder. I move at the last second and continue to crank as the harpoon recenters. I align my shot and fire at straight roll.
Straight roll, yep.
That's cocked. That is very bad.
Very bad.
Hey, Chad. How's it going tonight?
Hey, Odd, you can redeem your points in this one.
I'm taking one of those 10s that you guys weren't so hot on, and with
I
a
add in
10
points already?
plus 4, that's a 14.
That hits.
That will definitely hit.
Okay.
3d8 plus 4.
He was saying yachty, like
A little yachty.
yacht.
That's what I thought he was
that's
saying
really
too. What was he saying?
Oh, I just thought.
Yahtzee.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Defiant Chaos, thank you again. Give me chaos, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Great work, all of you, for the Codfather.
For the
I think we
Codfather!
have to name the ship the Codfather now.
That's 13 plus 4, so 17 points of piercing damage.
17
As it-
points of piercing.
Once
yeah.
again.
As it
Thanks for the dice roll, Brett.
you aim at the hole that you previously made and then think better of it as you're like, no, that's already pretty damaged, and you point downwards and you aimed above the eye before, and now you've launched it under the eye on the same side as it's covered in holes from these harpoon shots. Its eye is gushing eye goo. It's sitting there, still up, but very much looking like it's not long for this world. As it
We'll
looks
met you soon, big fella.
As it looks to the ship, its movement is reduced by 8, you said? 10. Okay, so it is going to move 1, 2, 3. It's going to move right up here, seeing
Oh, dear.
its last shots that it made. It's going to make an attack on you, Nanook. It was not close enough to do this before.
Is it blinded because it has a harpoon in its eye?
Ooh, thanks for the 17.
I'll give it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give it
That
disadvantage.
Nice roll.
I'll give it
Nice
disadvantage.
IBM, I think.
Hey, the answer's always no till you ask, chat.
No, that's a good. I like to reward questions like
Oh,
that.
17 and a 50.
Does a
You rolling that with advantage.
disadvantage?
Oh.
Does a? I mean, I can
It's all 2 dice.
I
and
can
just
re-roll
panicked.
it. I can re-roll it if you want.
no, it's fine.
Oh, no.
okay. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay, as it reaches its tentacle out, you just doop your head into your shell and back out again.
And imagine that almost like sits on top of the hole as it he comes back up and
Pops back out.
wears it again.
Angered, it is then going to make an attack on the ship.
Oh no.
It could not do both of its attack last time because it was not close enough. That is a 17, which I believe hits the ship.
It definitely hits the ship.
So does.
Ship has like a 14 AC, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hurt the ship too much. We'll need it to bring
So
you back to
then
land.
Ship takes another 28 damage of
Okay.
28 piercing damage.
Gulp.
You'll be a passenger
As-
soon.
As its beak presses into the side of the ship and pulls out a large chunk in anger. As its tentacles are wrapped around the edge trying to get at Nanook, we move to Ort's turn. Pi, you're on deck.
I don't want to be fish food.
So I'm going to. I'm staring. I'm starting to salivate a little bit. I've never had calamari before. I'm gonna run up to the side of the ship, kind of closer to where the squid is, and
it is within 5 feet of the ship. I didn't want to push it too close.
I'm going to jump over on it with my. I'm gonna have a dagger out, and I'm just gonna land and try to like use the dagger to stabilize myself and kind of like hold
Drag
on.
down the front of
Like,
it.
the big
Yeah.
squid part, I'm gonna like be hugging.
Okay.
And go,
Okay, so make your dagger attack before we get to the biting.
just because I'm nervous about it, I'll use a lucky for advantage.
Yeah.
That is 24.
That exactly crits this large squid. So double your dice and still add your plus, but that is not double.
Stab the hell out of him.
As you
Come on.
jump off, two daggers in hand, one of them falls loosely to the side, and as you start to slide down with the other one, you think to bring the other one up, but you realize all of your weight being in this one dagger is actually doing more damage, so you leave it out, and you slide down this thing with this one dagger as you crit it.
14 plus this 6, 20? 20 damage?
Wart, I'm going to ask you a question that everyone loves to be asked. How do you do this?
So,
Oh, hell yeah.
as I mentioned, I jump off, dagger in hand, trying to like stabilize myself because I really just want to take a chomp.
Yeah.
'Cause I've never had calamari before, as I mentioned. As I'm like sliding down because of the weight of myself, I also have like my tongue out, kind of like tasting it.
You're dragging your tongue down the side of it.
I'm not paying
Very
attention to
Pedro
trying to kill
Pascal
the
of
thing.
you.
I'm trying to like taste it, see if I like it. Also poisoning it on the side inadvertently. Just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
There's
Until
like falling down like a glass
I like to
pane.
think I'm like slowly falling down until like I just sit on the most recent harpoon or arrow that's in its eye or something.
Yeah, you
I'm
land
just
on the
sitting there.
harpoon in its
and now,
eye.
and now I'm just like,
and it's not moving. It is just floating in the water next to the ship.
I turn around, I'm like, guys, it was pretty good.
I'm gonna catch it, Wart. I think I go next anyway, right? So
Yeah.
Can I get the fishing net and?
Yeah, you can definitely fire the fishing net. No, I'm gonna say no check needed. It is
Okay.
it is dead. You do.
You can just stay on, and I'll bring you right back on.
I'm
And
not leaving.
yeah.
I will
Holler at Wart.
say
Ayo!
if Wart, if you would like to willingly fail the net check to be caught in it or not.
I'm on it. I'm riding
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, you're caught in it. You do take some bludgeoning damage.
See how much it is.
Roll for damage.
It's 2d6 plus 4.
Yeah, worth it.
It is 2d6 plus 4. As we're out of initiative, as this
That could be more than
You roll.
half your hit.
Hey, it'll be
An 11 plus 4 would be.
Are you rolling it or am I rolling?
was 2d6 plus 4.
6, 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
What's
But
half
if
my
you're
health?
smaller, you have advantage on the save.
Well,
if
he
you wanna
willingly
try to
failed the
save.
dex
Oh,
save.
you willingly
That's why I
failed
asked.
it. Yeah, you did do that.
It was 10.
Yeah,
right?
you did do
Yeah,
that.
10
Yeah, it's
bludgeoning.
10.
Hey, what's half my health?
Hey, that's lower than the average.
This is some good calamari.
As the ship looking quite rough from what I can tell from Morgan's notes over there.
Hey.
Uh,
Yeah, it's at 19 HP. This thing's about to fall apart.
before Wart attacked the squid, it was at 13. So you guys were going very tit for tat with this.
Yeah.
The squid coming in with 40 missing hit points at the start. Proud of this catch, and honestly, Wart's surprise at this calamari warranted, for none of you have seen anything of this size before. This is quite new and quite unexpected.
When do we get to cook it?
Maybe even share some nervous laughs as the combat ends and you venture your way back to shore.
I have my
In our little broken
like,
boat.
who's ready
On
for
your
some
little broken boat.
sashimi?
This is not for us to eat.
How are we going to explain this to the guy looking at the broken ship?
That we have a giant squid in the net. That's how
We
we'll
took
explain
out
it.
the insurance policy, I think, right?
I vote
we
the
we got
bunny
the
repair
insurance
ship.
policy.
Definitely would have. Yeah.
You do remember the piece of paper that he
Yeah,
gave you at the
that
beginning of this.
specifically told
It
us.
specifically said, these are the things that I want returned in the same condition.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go like
Was the ship on that list,
It
Yeah,
was on that
yeah.
list.
or was it parts of the ship?
It was
Hull
the
was
whole.
part
It was
of-
the whole
I'm gonna go
entire
The
slash
whole
thing.
ship
that
or
list.
the whole? of the ship?
HULL.
HULL, and that is the damage part, yes.
I'm gonna
You're
go.
from the head settlement. You have money, right? You have lots of money. Please tell me you have lots of money.
No, that's not how this works. No, no, I don't. No.
Who needs it? We have food.
And the Nook would know that money is quite scarce in the Sojonian Empire due to its isolation from the outside world. Most things are done in kind of a barter-like trade. Gold exists, and that's usually reserved for some more luxury and expensive items. Although these charter fishing trips from the AO settlement do typically come with payment, as this is considered kind of one of those more, since it is such a religious and path, what do you call it?
Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage, yes, but a
of
rite of
passage.
passage. Thank you. For acolytes. Yeah.
Trial by fire.
You spare no expense on something like this. So you likely would have money, but you might have spent it all already putting this group together and getting this ship.
I have 10 gold left.
while they're all like freaking out about this, I'm gonna go snatch the list from Kib,
I'll be mending as
and
much as
and I'll like review it, and I'm just kind of
it's not great.
like grunting, like thinking to myself,
It's not good. The main thing, the hull condition is good.
when I'm just gonna like, well, right, if we can get the right materials, I can fix it.
Okay, right. Okay.
So what? Real quick, Kivus, what do you say while you're mending the ship? While you're casting mending?
I mean, I would probably start being.
You know it's not alive, right?
I would start being.
Are there any
worried
special
about it.
magics that you're channeling for this, or?
No, I think just the sheer will to survive in this situation.
Okay, yeah. As you're channeling your magic into the hull of the ship and Bungie's, and you are kind of talking about what's happening, you're frantic and you're trying to heal the ship. And it's working. The mending is healing bits and pieces, and you actually
it is
see,
alive.
much like when you put something together from IKEA, an extra piece of like wood stumble off of
Extra
it,
Screw.
and you're like, oh, and you pick it up, and it feels. It feels significant the minute you touch it. It feels like
What does?
with it, it makes you almost feel your magic become more potent as you pick up an imbued wooden focus that you've accidentally created by healing the ship.
Thanks, Grim.
Thanks, Grim.
Hope you're doing okay, buddy.
And then, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. I
Oh,
found
no,
a
you're
good point
fine.
to put the imbued wooden
You're totally
focus in.
I was just gonna just let them know that I can repair the ship if we have any materials. But either way, I'd like to kind of like start doing what I can with what
Yeah.
we've got.
Give me a sleight of hand check with your ship proficiency, for sure.
Did you see what Ira said?
Uh-uh.
Said, careful handling someone
What?
else's wood,
Sleight of hand.
Drazaddy.
Oh God. So yeah, Defiant Chaos says sounds like you need an artificer. Just saying, I
Some
agree.
would say I'm proficient.
Oh,
Where'd it go?
it's all.
Did it fall in the clouds again?
No, it's
Defiant Chaos.
Nat 20?
30-20.
Okay, yeah.
I'm actually an artificer.
Or wait, You said sleight of hand, but my proficiency bonus, then 22.
Yeah, so 22. So with your 22, I will allow you to expend what kind of hit dice do you have as a fighter? Is it D10?
D10, I believe.
It's a D. It's 2d10.
D8 or D10?
Yep.
Yep. I will allow you with a 22 to roll, let's say, 11 D10 to heal the ship that much.
I'm gonna do it physically. So.
Okay.
Wait, how are you healing the ship?
with his carpentry skills as you guys are venturing back.
His magic hands.
You said 8?
11 D10.
Oh, 11. Okay.
Divided by
I
2.
just rolled 11. So 8, 2, and a 1. 5 to 10. Okay. 17 plus 11 is
28.
28.
Got 5 more. 33, 35, 40.
Yeah, as you guys are venturing
More.
back to shore, Bungie, even in his drunken state, is very focused and almost comes
53.
to him in second nature as the ship is healed 53 hit points and doesn't quite look like new, but definitely doesn't look like you nearly sunk it. So that's good. The Triton man that I don't believe you guys got his name.
Nah.
Yeah. will be very very pleased to see that his ship is not sunk. At least
He was in a
together.
rush to go look at the other ships.
That's fair.
We didn't get his name.
That's fair.
I like to think I'm trying to preserve the squid as much as possible, keep it as fresh as possible.
What are you doing to the fish?
Is he not doing
Licking
it?
it. I don't know.
Give me a medicine check.
Licking it.
Medicine check is better than a con save. So.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
What is fresh? I'm not gonna say any made of poison.
That's a nat 20.
A nat 20
Mm-hmm.
or a
Plus 1, 21.
for a 21 medicine check. You know that especially with the salty sea water, this thing is pretty well kept fresh, so to speak. You don't know much about keeping food fresh for too long because you tend to eat it immediately, but you do know that keeping it covered in the seawater is definitely helpful, more helpful than leaving it out to dry.
It's like a bird.
So you may,
Is there a bucket around?
yeah, you may find a bucket
gonna-
and dump a bunch
Just
of
gonna bucket seawater on it the whole trip.
hi ho, yeah.
You know that licking it doesn't help preserve it?
Calamari for show.
So you guys make it back to shore without too many issues, as now AO still moving faster is at a more consistent speed. It's much easier to navigate the currents as still very strong. They are less tumultuous and more consistent. You make it back to shore just before sunset with your catch in tow. Pool is there, checking off boats and kind of looking off to the sea as he sees you guys coming, and he's looking at the state of the ship, and you see his shoulders kind of drop as he's like, "Oh,
I'm on the
no."
bow.
That's
just
got
yelling.
100 health.
All right. I'm on the bow just yelling, "Long live the cod, father!"
I'm waving a sack of gold.
The ship is fucking smoking behind us as we're rolling
Still
in.
going, "Chewie." Chewie. Trying to call another squid.
Yep. As you guys make it to shore,
That's 3 squid attacked aboard.
as you guys make it to shore, Cole climbs up onto the deck and he sees the squid first of all, and the look on his face changes immediately from like disappointment and frustration and kind of like, oh, what do I have to deal with now, to like, whoa, where did you
No, see-
he's like total loss for words as
what
he's like
happened was
pointing at this.
Great AO has
The Great Tyraxis.
exactly. He's
Sorry, I got you in Drazad's voice. I'm sorry.
nope.
Great AO. The Great
Great
AO.
AO has bond us with this blessing. You see, as of course we get out there, he begins to speed up faster, so we lose track of him and, well, caught the squid.
I immediately jump in front of her, like, not your squid, my squid.
No. It's as part of our deal. I'll cure this so that it can make the journey back to AO.
Jerky?
Ayo.
It might take me a little bit longer, and I might need to secure another wagon or three.
There's a missing.
No. This is all your catch. Wow, this is quite impressive.
It was a lot, to be honest.
Seeing.
Sea gives what it wants, not what we're owed.
Fair enough, I guess. I'm not one to question when these are the results.
Praise be to the great AO.
I turn to Kivas. I'm like, did I do good, boss?
You did absolutely wonderful. And if the ship wasn't so badly damaged, you might even have gotten a bonus.
Wow.
I consider the squid the bonus.
He's like, well,
You did very well. And he places his hand upon you with his hand
I think
in
he's
the
going
sleeve.
for a high five, so
In
I
the
immediately
sleeve.
try to high five him.
In the sleeve.
You
he's well versed in grung.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to intertwine my fingers.
Is this customary for
And then
you?
blushes.
Oh, he is. Ooh, ooh.
Retracts into the shell. You hear it spinning on the dock like a hubcap.
With all this talk of bonuses, Bungie's gonna turn to Kivas and well, seeing as how I'm responsible for taking half the health off of this here squid and fixing half the health of this here boat, I think I deserve a bonus.
I
You
chop
deserve
the
a
tentacle
bonus
off and I
for being part of the damaged calls and then offering to fix the damage, because that's what I hired you for originally.
I know
You deserve a bonus for doing your job and then fixing the damage that you just said you did.
Oh, boss, go easy on him. He did a good job.
I didn't say he didn't do a good job. I just don't think he deserves a bonus for doing his job.
right, but I didn't attack the ship, so
I go over
I just
and
healed it.
kind of chop a small bit of the tentacle off. I bring it over to Bungie, like, here's a bonus. You can have some of my squid.
I love that you have just
Yours,
claimed it as yours.
Yeah.
Like he's like, this is my
I'm
squid.
aware and
Yeah.
concerned. Our blessing will be meeting the great AO.
One cool will pipe up. Well, for what it's worth, if you're looking for any kind of bonus, the Red Herring does give out a free round to anyone with the biggest catch, and this is definitely the biggest catch I've seen come to the shore today.
well, that's more like it.
Might even be the biggest we've seen in the last 10 years. This is not to undertone it too much. This is impressive.
At that point,
I'm
I kinda start
surprised
getting
that the ship
antsy.
even made it back in the condition it did. No need for any extra payments. I'm impressed that you caught this and made it back at all.
Well, then perhaps you'd like to leave a mark upon your vessel to tell the story to others.
I think there's plenty marks left
We
on the
left
vessel.
a
As,
mark, yeah.
as he looks at the broken railings, the two nails in one of the rudder handles. holding it in
Nook
place.
takes out his dagger and starts carving Codfather into the side of the
He's like, okay.
It'll buff out.
I slap Bungie on the back and I go, well, you know what? Drinks are on me then. There's your bonus.
I slap Kivas on the
Actually-
back, like, atta boy.
Yeah.
Con save.
Is he poisoned?
I'm wearing clothes. I'm not naked.
Slap him on his face.
Absolutely not. Do not touch me. Do not.
I would never do that to you, boss.
Give him a
Thank
wet
you.
willy.
I appreciate that. I'll kill you.
I see a fly, like, flying around Kivas. Go,
Yeah. Right. That was
Just tongue Jar Jar Binks style.
it's involuntary. I can't help it.
So what are you guys doing? As
Oh, and drink for
Cool
free.
scratches his head towards the newly carved, and he's like, I guess.
It's a great name.
I saw in a note carve something, so I went and I carved Wart was here.
W-U-Z.
Backwards R.
Yeah. I was like, I was trying to think of what letter. I'm like, well, W backwards is still W.
Yeah.
Like, T backwards is still T.
Yeah, but
A backwards is still
Wart
A.
doesn't know that. Wart thinks it's a backwards W.
Well, all his letters are backwards.
Except the R. The R is correct.
For sure.
Yes, you guys make your way to the Red Herring, back where Bungie stumbled out of this morning. You're very familiar with its location. You guys make your way into town. Everything's kind of dying down. You notice that on the cliff's edge, a lot of the lift mechanisms that were currently in the up position at the start of the day because the tail was covered by water. Now that AO has sped up are down, and you kind of hear some shouting from below as a few nets of fish are lifted up and down. A lot of people are making their way back into town from the docks with their catches. You see in the town square a few large, but not anything close to the squid standard, but large catches on these big hooks, like a few sharks and other things being portioned out in the town square for the people who live there. Some others being salted and seasoned and ready for transport to other parts of Sojonia, as the Surfcaster settlement serves as the hub for food for most of the other settlement, since a lot of the fish are kind of captured by the wake of AO back here. Makes it for prime fishing real estate. You all make your way towards the Red Herring, and as you near the door, you hear loud cheering and jaunts and, "Well, I caught this today, and this is what I caught," as you hear coming from within the bar. You make your way in. What do you do?
Starts to
Oh, let's not be braggarts.
all proud of his squid.
Yeah.
All hearing everyone argue, he's ready. He's walking in just like this.
Okay, so
He's
nothing's back in my head. But how are you guys entering the bar? Who's first? You're first.
I'm barging through the door first, and
Oh.
I'm like just kind of kicking him open,
ready
and
to
I
get
just
drunk.
I'm just and I just scream out. I'm like, ale and rum, lots of it.
And you hear from the bar as this large stone skin colored human hunched over this bar in this normal size establishment as his head nearly touches the ceiling. As he says, without looking, he goes, welcome, take a seat anywhere, I'll be right over. As you see, there's really only two empty seats, one right in the middle of the bar and one kind of tucked off in the back. There's two different tables.
I go and sit right in the middle.
Yeah,
And then whoever's on my sides, I put my arms around both of them, making sure to make some skin contact.
Start tickling him.
Drinks are on the boss today, guys. How are y'all doing?
It's at that point, realize that a bonus would have been a lot cheaper.
Well, as Cool told you, the first round is free to whoever has the largest catch. So as Kunan, the bartender, which Bungie would know intimately, walks up, he sees you and he goes, "Oh, no, not you, not making a mess in here again. Out, get out. You are not allowed in here."
Us?
Oh, he's talking to Bungie specifically.
I'm just gonna
What
act
did
like
you
he
do?
doesn't. I'm like,
He's with us actually. We have the largest catch of the day.
I don't care. I just finished fixing all the damage you did. I'm not having you pick fights again and making a mess of everything. You and your friends have to leave.
Well, surely he can promise to make good on.
I don't trust anything this man promises to do.
What if you
Well,
give
then
us all
perhaps my
ale
word
and him
means something.
juice?
Okay, give me a persuasion check. And I'll say with advantage because you had two other friends kind of being like, "Well, hey, what's this?"
I'm walking in.
Yeah.
It's a fucking garbage.
No way.
no, not at all. Yeah.
Well, Chad, how we doing tonight?
We have some good stuff in
We
there.
do have some good stuff, man. You guys have been busy. Persuasion, you say? I will take the 17 for an 18.
Okay.
Alex is not used to being able to take dice rolls. I think he's enjoying it.
Yes, I am.
Kunan, the bartender, hears this and
What's so funny
I'm
about
thinking
that?
of Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the bartender.
What is that from?
It's an
from a
old-
few
like an
different
old-
things
yeah.
actually. Yeah, but yeah.
Conan O'Brien?
Yeah. So he kind of hears your reason. He kind of calms down a little bit. He sees that everyone in the bar is kind of looking towards him. He's kind of stumbling up some disturbances. He's fine. You can all stay.
Don't
But
worry.
he's your responsibility.
I don't drink. I'll keep a keen eye on our mutual friend.
Okay. Well, if you're not drinking, what will the rest of you be having?
What pairs well with calamari?
Wait. Didn't you say something about the largest catch?
Yes, I believe it was us.
Oh.
Oh, it definitely
I
was
would-
us.
I will take anything you will give me.
Oh, well, before that, is there anyone who can vouch for their claim? As he calls out to the rest of the bar, as everyone
Where's our
kinda starts
ship
to
guy?
mutter.
Yeah. Can we see the guy who we rented the ship from?
Give me a perception check.
I probably don't see it. 10.
You don't see him,
Yeah.
but you do see someone else, a small blue grung actually, who happened to be walking by the ship. You remember whenever Cool was talking about your catching, he was kind of peering up in interest at
Yeah,
what you
I'll
had to
go.
say.
I'll point at him. Be like, him. He saw us. He saw us.
Hi there, cousin.
I don't know you. Do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Theodore, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a first name like that.
Okay. Yeah. Gom saw them on the ship with the. It was big. I couldn't see the whole thing, but I had to say it was at least 30 kunan tall.
As he points to Kunan the Barbarian, as the whole bar kind of erupts in a low mutter. Oh wow, really? It's even possible to catch something that big? Like, how does it heartbeat? Can it provide enough blood? They start to get way too into it.
Does it
the
have 2
logistics?
brains?
Yeah, the logistics of how
hearts?
this thing works. As Kunan yells, like, quiet down. If this group and Gom are to be believed, as he kind of shoots Gom like a side eye, like maybe Gom isn't the most trustworthy person with your low perception. You maybe could have found someone a little bit more trustworthy, but if there are to be believed, then we must hear the tale of the largest squid to ever be trapped by Ao's wondrous wake, and how it came to be bested by a group such as yours.
You got your guitar? You can sing a
What?
song? Your banjo or whatever? You can sing a song about our squid?
All intents and purposes, I think it's a quarterstaff. I don't know. It's a banjo.
It's not?
He doesn't know yet. That's the
No, it is
plan.
a banjo.
Okay.
It is a banjo.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know what it is.
Okay.
So I'm like, what?
As Kunan steps behind the bar and he raises a hand over one of 7 glasses, the middle one, in fact. He says, I know most of you are aware of how this works, but the better your tale, the bigger the drink, as they're arranged in size. And he looks to you guys to tell the story of this catch.
And I look at Kivis with wide eyes.
I think you're probably the wordsmith among our troop.
Fucking tell him.
I'm like, all right. If it's a tail you want, it's a tail you'll get.
Like, we're all looking at Kivas, and you start to say that, we all look down.
It all started one day when my parents died in a tsunami.
Oh, okay.
So there we was, out in the open ocean. Little did we know a huge, gigantic wave was right behind us.
You see his hands start to waver towards the larger glasses.
The next thing we know of the ship, we were hanging 10 like a little surfboard. But the brave crew drove it past and got us equal with the currents, and all of a sudden, warflings all came out.
Everyone, warflings, oh my god, that far out in sea? And give me a performance check.
Boy.
Have you ever seen, what is it? Hold on, I have to find it.
No. Wait.
Wait.
Go down to your performance because it's good.
As he's like kind of flustered a bit, I'm like, the warflings were swept out to sea from nearby.
I'll take
I believe the giant wave carried them.
Okay.
any of y'all ever seen alcohol?
With that, before you take a
I
dice
love
roll, I'll let you roll with
Sounds
advantage so you can
like
re-roll
this
because
guy.
of
The one
what
that I was
Nanook
in the
just
hand,
said.
telling stories all the time.
17.
I do.
Yeah, so you see his hand firmly placed one glass bigger, as there's 2 more bigger glasses beyond this.
Seeing the threat on the horizon, I hopped on the bow of the ship and started hooping and hollering to scare them buggers away. A little, just to chase them off.
And you hear everyone kind of start to chuckle, and his hand wavers more towards the big glass again. So give me another check.
He's trying so hard not to lose it. He is laughing.
Yeah,
Can I do some interpretive dance
I'll take the
behind
13
him
this
as
time
he
for
starts telling this? Like,
Okay.
the story gets really intense. I'm gonna start like reenacting it.
Okay.
So I'll shoot my crossbow as the harpoon like into the wall.
Okay, yeah. So
Like,
as
yeah.
we get to that part, we'll keep that in mind.
Whenever he brings up the tsunami crashing down, I'll create water and rain for a second.
his
This
hand,
is immersive.
Yeah.
his hand firmly over the second to largest glass. As you continue,
So little did I know the hooping and hollering was the ye old mating call of the squid. Next thing I know, it breached, swallowing those warflings up. All I could think to do was to continue hooping and hollering
Alex.
in hopes that we can allure it.
okay. Give me another check.
Awesome.
His hand stands firm, but you know.
Suddenly, the Godfather.
19.
Yeah.
19.
His hand stays firm, but you know he doesn't change. You don't lose any ground. But
Next thing I know, I'm staring bullets into these beaming yellow eyes, and it sees the ship.
the P, yeah.
I'm having trouble, like, sorry.
You're doing
great. You're doing the Lord's work right now.
You're doing the bard thing.
I'm doing the bard thing. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get back in character now. Next thing I know, it darts towards us, and we all jump into action.
Okay, and I imagine the rest of you kind of
Yeah.
jump into action.
I manned a harpoon,
Wait, I'm gonna
studying my aim for when it approached nearest.
I'm gonna have you make a performance check now,
Like,
with,
instead
with
of, like,
advantage because of
throw
his
my cloak.
storytelling,
Okay.
but because you're giving him support with the action.
17.
Okay, his hand moves to the larger glass, but you have to finish your story.
1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots more. Next thing I know, we brought that squid ashore.
You
So
brought
you
it home.
have a-
I was
you have a
about
fishing
I was
net?
about to bring him to the lower glass, but you brought
Do
it
you
home.
have a fishing net? Throw your fishing net.
I don't have a net.
You said you were doing some like rain stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
give me a performance check.
Okay.
Rain in the
with,
whole
with,
bar.
with advantage because he brought it home. He brought it home with the.
Can you make it for me?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's great. 15, 14.
Okay,
Wait, with advantage, not disadvantage.
with advantage, yeah.
Nat 20, 19.
He's over here choosing the 15. I'm like,
That's good. So with a 14, his hand would have started to waver, but then the rain catches, warp brings it back with the and ashore, and everyone is brought back to his and not your rain dance that you're doing and your calls of Sui. So he keeps it above the largest glass.
oh, I thought that was it.
And yeah, so at the end as you bring it
and
to
then
shore.
the squid was no more.
And the crowd, whoa! They're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing! Like the squid, it was there, and then he shot it 3 times, and then it's not. they're all cheering.
And I'll have you know, the most pivotal point of the entire trek was when this man fired a harpoon dead into that creature's skull, rendering it nearly inert.
As everyone's like, oh yeah, and you see a few people with like black eyes, kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
okay, like
There's
reluctantly.
This is half for a second and gives you a bit of a wink.
I'm just kind of like sitting back, just like as soon as I make eye contact with the guys in black guys.
As you recognize them from the night before. Yeah.
That's why your rings are bloody.
As Kunan brings over, you said you're not drinking, so 4 near barrel-sized tankards.
Jesus.
You gather, looking behind the bar and seeing how some of the alcohol is stored. These are
come in pints.
These are likely small barrels that were previously used to house alcohol that he has now turned into these large tankards. As this hulking man with little effort brings over these 4 tankards and sets them in front of you.
Are these child size? Because they're the size of a small child?
Yeah, as you stand on the table, your eyes barely peer over the top of this tankard.
Like the child size from Parks and Rec. That's like.
That's what,
Yeah.
So if we're immune to poison, does that mean we can't get drunk?
No. You can definitely get drunk.
Nice. I just don't tip over the lid of the mug and go.
Yeah. As he says, that was quite the bout. We've never seen anything quite like that before.
Every ounce of that was factual.
And I was
believe
there.
it. I would hope you were, otherwise you do not deserve this drink.
No, Sam.
Long live the
vouching for my friend.
To the Codfather.
To the Codfather.
The Codfather.
The Codfather, as he raises up a small
the Codfather
From a Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah.
as he raises up a small coconut, which was the medium-sized glass that he had his hand over to start with for himself, is to the Codfather, and he raises it to the rest of them, the whole bar, to the Codfather, as they all cheer out and begin to clunk their tankards together. And as Kunan laughs and everyone begins to party and be merry, and even Gom.
That was amazing, guys. I can't believe that you guys did that. That was so wild. I hope to be as cool as you guys one day. Can I get your autograph?
You know what, cousin? Believe in yourself, and you can.
And he walks away like all happy about meeting
He's gonna
his
die
heroes.
We're gonna have to start signing autographs soon.
Yeah.
And Nanook be kind of looking
I just
around
hired
the
y'all
room
for
as
the one
everybody's kind of
trip.
like
You ain't gotta
focused
call me
just
boss.
to see if there's anything off about this situation.
Yeah, definitely. Give me some perception check. Or give me a perception check.
Look around the room for different reasons.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I'm just gonna
For
keep drinking.
different reasons.
Also, Nanook, were you being for reals? You don't drink?
I used to. It's been a long time, and I would rather not start down that road again.
Right. So, you have it.
Of course, help yourself.
as I take 2 in front of myself.
There's your bonus.
Yeah.
17 perception check.
Okay. Yeah, you see everyone's merry. Nothing quite seems out of sorts. You do see a few turtles, other turtles that may catch your glance, but nothing out of the ordinary. They're largely drinking. They may be talking about the tale that they just heard.
Mm-hmm.
You actually start to hear a lot of the stories begin to divulge as the night goes on into other tales that people may have of their own in comparison. Like, wow, that sounds crazy. You know, this one time I did, and they're telling their stories, and you've heard these stories before. Maybe you frequented the Red Herring before. And each time the stories get a little bit more fantastical as they're told, but nothing.
Ours doesn't need any embellishing.
No, but
One time
nothing.
we caught a flying squid.
Yeah.
It just flew right onto the ship.
Some say that they're naturally flying. That's why they got that beak. You know. Yeah.
Don't forget the flappers on the top.
Yeah, their fins are they're aerodynamic. Yeah.
The rudders.
And then what was your perception check?
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see
I'm looking for the
the rambunctious crew.
or just people that would be fun to fight.
Yeah, you might see a table, or you definitely see a table where some people are like having some bouts of strength, you know?
If you're looking for a fight, I'll fight you.
Maybe they're trying to see who can hold those big tankards the longest full of ale, and some others are maybe arm wrestling at the table, and the winner gets to, you know, the loser has to buy the winner like a drink or something like that. But there's several different muscle-like competitions going on, especially as the night goes on and people get drunker and drunker.
Well, as I drink the first big tankard at an alarmingly faster rate than my compadres, I kind of look at Nanook and I'm like, right, stick around for a bit of fun tonight.
Nanook's going to place his hand on your shoulder. Lean in close. I gave the man my word you'd cause no trouble.
Don't look to me. This is your character, man.
I'm off drinking, being merry at it. I'm not part of this.
By all means, be merry.
My bad.
Partake in some of the competitions I see over there in that corner of the bar. But I'll have no fisticuffs after I've given my word that we'd be
Fisticuffs?
peaceful.
Do I still have that fish in my overalls?
Yeah, by all means.
Ugh.
As I'm drinking, I'm gonna whip that out and try.
Do you suck the juice out the middle like you do a crawfish head?
I pinch and twist and
Absolutely not.
just suck the head. Get all
Eats
the
it like a
out.
freak
Oh
crawfish.
my God!
As he runs off.
Right, well, seeing how you gave me this drink, I might take it easy tonight.
Rest well, you've earned it. You might as well. Also, I think that one over there is fangrunging.
Fan grunging.
Fan grunging.
Oh my
gosh.
Boo.
Oh, I get it.
As the night wears down, and Bungie's boisterous, rambunctious nature is quelled for the moment, and he has an exciting time just being merry with his friends. Nanook looks on as everyone gets drunker and drunker, being the good parental figure that he is to provide some water here and there as needed. Kivis taking solace in the fact that the hardest part of the pilgrimage is over, and that you were kind of right in feeling like it was time for you to take this pilgrimage, as this is definitely the largest catch that you've ever seen being brought to the AO settlement. That you've been on a pilgrimage and helped catch. This is definitely something sure to impress everyone back home. Even the new high priestess that lives in AO. As your thoughts begin to wander towards what?
I said blessed be.
Yeah, to his recent arrival and all of the positive that has come since he has taken his place in the AO settlement, with this venture being only one of them. As Pi, you drink and maybe partake in some of the arm wrestling, using your poisonous skin as a little bit of an edge to try to win at some arm wrestling.
I do have gloves, but I'm choosing not to.
Oh yeah, for sure. As these people living in this town definitely know of Grung, and their abilities are too drunk to know or care or even realize what's happening. The numbness shooting down their hands likely is covered up by the numbness of their entire body's
body.
alcohol. As Wart, you regale Gom with more of your your ravished tales.
Share some of my fish.
Yeah, and you throw him some scraps of fish while you're on a table just chanting, singing your songs. The night comes to a close, and that's where we're gonna end the session.
Yay.
Nice.
First
Thanks.
session in the wake of AO.
A nice.
Heyo.
easy ending. I love it.
Ew.
Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this first session of Wake of AO. This is going to become a monthly session for us, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when we stream this one next. And be sure to tune in next week on Wednesday when we resume the Molten Myth, one of our most popular campaigns so far. I have a lot planned when I take the DM seat back from my brother. So hope to see you all then. But until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
Bye.
I forget it so much.
I know.